Hey everyone, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line. As you can see, it is episode 50 of the Halls of Arden Vul Megadungeon campaign. Thank you to everyone who has followed us this long. You are in it for the long haul, and we appreciate you. As you can see, we have an upgrade to the overlay system, a little bit shinier looking, a little bit more chrome, as it were. Hope you enjoy it. And I am John. I am your referee for the evening, and going around the horn, we have.
I am Mike. I am playing Darius Vile, the first level and 76 experience points shy of second level human assassin.
We would normally have David playing Rin 2, the elf, but he is dead to us once again tonight.
Oh, I guess I'm next. You think after 50, I'd probably know. I'm Matt. I play Avaricios, the left hand of Lysion, 6th level cleric, but I'm only a zillion points shy of level 7.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ted. I play Mortis J. Gobliano, bringing you all of the goblin to all of the people all of the time.
Awesome. Okay. So we are diving back in. Other than the fact that it is episode 50, we're going to pick up right where we left off. But we have a special surprise for you this evening. And that surprise being that you're getting double the amount of 3D6 detail tonight. We are going to be doing a extra long session in order to celebrate. And so I have told them to bring up their backup characters just in case. So other than that, I hope you guys can sit back, make sure that you maybe pause right now and grab yourselves a coffee or something else a little bit juicier to drink, and enjoy this extra long episode. So let's pick up right where we were last time. We are on the 2nd of Gelenios. It is 2:30 in the afternoon. They are on a series of stone, a staircase that was basically going up around a corner, and they met a stone door. And peering through that stone door, they were actually met with a room full of corpses. And standing in the middle of those corpses was a statue of Arden. But strangely, the first time they've ever seen Arden depicted in this manner, she was actually wielding 2 hammers in her hand. And I can't remember who it was who was peering through. Was that Darius? Yeah, Darius. And you had seen that that they did indeed, the bodies did appear to have been crushed. There is a door beyond that room on the other side, which is closed.
Is it actually a door, John, or is it an opening? Because I didn't actually put. It's a door.
It is a door.
Like a regular
door.
door.
It is not a stone door, however. When they opened the stone door, when Darius opened the stone door to peer into that room with the corpses and the statue, there was actually a magic mouth over the other side, like on the inward side of that door, that actually spoke, but it spoke in Mithric, which no one present now speaks, which is a darn shame.
I mean, we got the gist of it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was telling us we're screwed.
Also in tow, you have a new companion, and her name is Lyta. She is thoroughly insane, rather stinky, and has been here for quite some time. She has thoroughly lost her mind because she has had very little in the way of sustenance other than fish from the Arden's grotto. And she is fearful to go north because of what she calls the dead to the north, which all of you are familiar with. And she is fearful to go south because of the presence of what she calls the demon, which is the turtle in the water. So she has to kind of pick her moments whenever she was going fishing. But she is basically like cowering in the back. You've promised her that you will be getting her out of here, and she in return has given you one of her small amounts of treasures, which is a ring of Arden, which you have suspicions as to what the use of that might be. In addition, Avaricios' excellent use of the Sticks of Snakes spell allowed his pet snakes to dive to the bottom of the grotto and retrieve a key that allowed them to actually access this stairway in the first place. So they sense that an exit is close, or they are on the right path, but they still have a lot of options. So we'll pick it up there. So what do you do?
I think we should rename our adventuring party Roomful of Corpses, because it seems to be the thing we encounter most often.
Yep.
I will say, too, that all week on the Discord, we've been calling that statue of Arden Hammer Arden. Like it's hammer time.
Hammer time.
Hammer time.
Well, that brings up a good question, actually, John, because we've asked this before. Mike, I'm surprised you didn't ask it yet. Are the hammers bloody, or do they have like blood stains on them?
We did ask that question, Matt. Or at least we asked if it looked like the bodies had been destroyed by hammers.
That one you
and
did.
The answer to that was yes. So
is there goop on the hammers?
It's not goop, but there are definite, like really old discolorings on the the business ends of the hammer.
Okay.
Well, to that point, could you clarify for us then, John? We know that there's a bunch of corpses, but it looks like they're from two different incidents. There's ancient Arcantian legionnaire corpses, a couple of lizard men, two others I forget who, probably adventurers of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of time frame are we looking for these corpses being dead?
It's very difficult to tell. Once again, you've not stepped into the room,
right?
So it's hard to tell. It's definitely a mix of ancient and modern. You can tell that much. The ancient ones you can immediately peg because the Arcantian legionnaires are the most old. You can tell that. Probably more recent in general, although you can't separate out exactly. But as a lump, more recent and modern. The two lizard men, which is the first that you've ever seen. You've only heard tales of lizard men.
Right.
They are not something that like lizard men tribes just sort of like are in the empire. That's not the case. They usually live on the fringe. And there is a single human adventurer, appears to be male, and the strangest of all was this very strange automaton or something like that. It looked vaguely arachnoid, but it's all made of metal and gears and things like that.
So 8 legionnaires, 2 lizard men, 1 human, 1 mechanical spider.
Correct.
Walk into a bar.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Do we want to try the grappling hook and rope trick and try and get some of the bodies over to us?
I don't see why not.
Light source right now, you have Elizabeth's lantern.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know if we still have one. Aren't our ropes still and our grappling hooks still?
It's all still in the lake.
In the grotto. Yeah. Let me see if we have anything. I can't pull another one. I already pulled one of those out today, so I can't.
You pulled a rope out, but not
just a quick update for the audience too. The retainers that we have are Yost, Njal, and Elizabeth.
Right.
And you have Lyta as well, who's not a retainer, but is there. And there was something else I was going to mention. Don't forget that you guys should be numbering the rooms with your own numbering system.
Yep.
We decided to adopt this because it's going to make it easier for us to track where certain items have been found as we continue with the campaign.
So, Matt, I don't know, how many ropes have we used in the grotto room? Like, was it 3? Is it 3 the lines that are there? Because that would have been Mort's, Goran's, and probably David's first character or something. I still have rope on my character.
Okay, Njal has some rope also. And he has a crowbar. We could tie the rope to the crowbar. Use that as just like a big hook.
Okay, I mean one of the bodies is like right here by the door. It looks like if the map is accurate. So maybe we want to just try and grab that guy first and just see if there's any clues on them about what this is. I feel pretty sure like that statue is a guardian for this room, and I think if you could also pull the live chicken trick and throw it in there,
Let me see if I've already pulled up. Clarice has already been pulled out today.
Okay, what about Wilbur? Could you pull Wilbur out?
We can do that if we want to. Why don't we? I'm worried that if we activate her, she might come kick our ass too. Why don't we do that? Try to hook a corpse and bring it to us first, because that seems like the least likely thing that's going to wake her up for hammer time.
Okay. John, is that body really right by the door right there? Can we just kind of hook it and bring it in?
Ted just scattered them around, but there's enough bodies. There's so many bodies in the room, like they're basically everywhere.
What do you want to aim for?
What are you hooking them with?
Crowbar tied to a rope.
Okay. So cool. with a rope and a crowbar, you can basically grab anyone you want.
Much. Let's just start with one of the human adventurers, because
so there's only one human adventurer.
Okay, let's grab him.
Okay, so this is you, Darius.
Hopefully he's got a book that teaches us how to speak Mithril.
Is this you, Darius? I'm sorry. Is this?
Oh yeah. Do you want me to do it? Do I have to roll for something?
No. I'm just asking if you're the one doing it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. All right. I won't say it takes a turn to attach the crowbar, just not the rope with the crowbar. That's fine. And you throw it in, and you hook it on the adventurer. Not a problem. It's pretty easy to snag something, and you start hauling it in. As you do, you hear the magic mouth, which you can't see, right? It's sort of like above you as you're kind of standing in the archway. You hear it intone again, and it appears to be in much more serious tones. And it just says something like a short little phrase. And then you see the statue of Arden jerk up its hands, like woof, like both hammers come up, and it starts to stalk towards the corpse that you're dragging through the door.
Ooh, that's not great.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, that's what we didn't want to happen. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Yeah, stop dragging the body, John, and retreat back down the staircase.
Okay,
close the door.
Cool. So it kind of stops in front of the corpse, and you kind of be back far enough away, or do you close the door?
I don't think we can close the door at the top of the stairs.
Sure, we can.
While it's doing that, I think we're talking about going back down to the antechamber and locking that door.
Oh, let's close this one. I don't want that thing following us down these stairs.
Oh, really? It opens out, man. I just kind of picture us going into the room to try and shut that door.
No, we just pull it. We pushed it. We can just pull it.
You can definitely close it if you want to. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, let's do that then.
You close it? Okay. So as you sort of yank your crowbar and rope off the body and quickly retreat, the last thing you see as Darius is closing the door is you see the statue basically raise one of the hammers up. The door closes and slams, and then you hear an awful, like, squelching sound, like a...
Nice.
Now
he's extra dead.
Okay. So now you're just sort of lit by Elizabeth's lantern in these kind of tight quarters. Let me head over to Miro here so people can see where they are. And so, yeah, you guys are here on this staircase. I'll put you right on the land. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, dude, I'm screwing everything up.
No.
Where is the...
I'll fix it.
I got it. Ah, crap. Ted, can you move the PC things back on the landing above? There you go. Yep. So you're like right there. What does that do?
Added room numbers all over the place.
Wow.
Great. All right, smart guys. Now what do you want to do?
Well, I guess that answers the question about the motion of the statue, but we could settle whether the coffer works.
Well, I mean, what I worry about, I think the coffer undoubtedly will work, but I don't want to risk it at our current health levels.
Fair.
Right. I think I've said this before. I'm not usually one for proposing arrest, but in this place where we are right now, we have one locked door, one other door guarded by a statue. This might be a good place. It's a little early in the day, though, and I think there are a few spells that we talked about this on the Discord. Av still has a few spells. Elizabeth does too. I think we should pop those off, see if we can learn anything new, rest, and then heal up in the morning and go from there. But
okay.
So did you want
have in mind, Matt?
Well, I have two spells that I think would be really good. I have Detect Magic, which we haven't used, and we could use that either here, just on the stuff that we already have. If we want to move around, we can, but it only lasts 2 turns. So wherever we want to do that, we should, have all our stuff ready. I figure we have a lot of stuff that we've collected. We don't know for sure if it's magic or not. We don't know if Lyta's stuff is, magical or not.
Right.
But we could do that. And then Detect Objects is the other one. And
Locate object?
Sorry, did I say detect? Yeah, locate object is the other one. And we can use that one too.
Yep. Here's your object. You've got one.
What do you guys think? Should we do you want to do the detect magic here, or do you want to relocate somewhere and then do it? Just remember, like if we go too far east, Lyta won't, too far east, Lyta won't come with us.
Yeah.
Well, she says she's reluctant to do so. Yeah, we might be able to find a way to convince her, or bribe her or something. It's not like
Lyta is basically like cleaving close to Lisbeth. I'm going to say, just because she's like the source of light, and she's also like the other female in the group. Right. So she, but you could see that Lyta it appears to be in extreme distress, even more than normal, after having witnessed what just happened with the statue. Like she's kind of like pawing at Elizabeth, and it's like, there's no way out. There's no way out.
Lyta, have you seen the statue before? Do you remember?
I remember. Yes, I remember.
Any of your buddies in there?
Let's not bring up the corpse. Mort will try and reassure her and tell her that the deal still stands and not to worry. We're going to get out. We kind of expected there to be something in there. We have some other ideas. It's going to be all right, Lyta. Don't worry.
You can also see too that Elizabeth, unlike Njal and Yost, she seems to be wavering in her faith in the party's ability to get out of there safely.
Who is Lyta?
No, Lisbeth.
Lisbeth, come on. I mean, we've lost a couple of good guys, but
it's not requiring a roll yet. I'm just kind of telegraphing that a roll might be upcoming if you don't make some forward progress soon. Now, to be frank, she does, as you probably well aware, she doesn't have much of a choice. Like the going off alone isn't going to do her much good. But you kind of have a feeling like if you guys don't prove yourself soon, once you do get to safety, she's going to make a roll.
Right. Reasonable. So the question, Matt, is about the detect magic. And I'd say we don't have a particular need for that right away. The locate object might be better done first in case we decide to locate something that might be magic, and then we can confirm it, for example. The other option is we do, depending on what you want to look for, we could do the grotto thing next.
I kind of like that.
Well, here's what I was thinking, because it might feed in with the idea we had for the grotto, is if we try detect objects to detect a pathway out of here that we haven't seen, like an unknown passageway. We might be able to, and again, he's not going to pinpoint exactly where it is, but if we move around, this one lasts, I think 6 turns.
6 turns,
right?
You can do a lot of triangulation in 6 turns.
Exactly. So if we look for, unexplored passageways or secret doors or something of that nature, we can run around even in the areas that we're kind of familiar with back down in here and see if anything pings, just in case we end up, this is a dead end or what have you.
So
there might be other ways.
As I told you, I would telegraph, I would tell you if what you're positing would not work with locate object. Unexplored passageways will be interpreted by the spell's magic as in no living creature has ever been down them. Right, like it doesn't know. It doesn't know what the magic does not know what you have explored. Secret doors is totally valid.
Okay.
Right. So here's a question, John. Let's say we're standing, right here, and we say, okay, locate a secret door, and there's one that's 20 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we move 60 feet. Is it still going to point at the same one, or is it going to point at a potentially closer one?
If another one becomes closer as we move around,
it will change depending on whatever's closest to you.
Okay. That's super useful.
Yeah,
that could be quite useful. Yeah, so I'm thinking actually under those circumstances, secret door might be pretty good. Pretty good.
Secret door.
I mean, what about going and retrieving the magic sword with the with your invisibility to animals? That was the other thing we talked about doing too.
I mean, we can still try to do that.
Well, except that I believe that plan did not call for retrieving the sword because the sword is in or near the turtle, and that grotto plan did not call for going near the turtle. It called for searching the other end of the room.
It did with the invisibility to animals, which Elizabeth has.
Well, the other, just so everybody knows, the other thing that we've discussed, the spell that Elizabeth has left is invisibility to animals, which there's an animal that we would like very much to be invisible to. The only limitation to that is that it only lasts one turn. So it's not like we can, kick that off and then go explore that whole grotto looking for stuff. So our initial idea was to maybe go down the western set of stairs that leads to there so that there's some cover, because we know that turtle lives on the far eastern side. Look around a little bit, kick off the spell there, and just give Mort, because he's the only one with infravision now, a quick dive and look around and back into cover before that.
If you stack detect magic on top of the invisibility to animals, then the magic item would glow underneath the water.
That's a good idea. We could do it we could do it over in the stairs.
That's pretty good.
Good thinking,
but
Mike.
It does mean there's no freaking way. Mort would fail a morale roll if you told him to go look for the turtle. It's not going to happen. He's
no. We're going to stay in the west. I would also.
He'll do this, but he's not going all the way over to where the turtle is to look for Ignis.
No. That is not worth it, because the chances of something happening would be too high if you go.
So we're talking about resting first, is what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
No. Spells to burn. That's the whole point of this navel gazing exercise. We're trying to figure out how to use these spells that we have memorized.
Right. Okay, so then are you going to the grotto then?
Yeah, we want to go to here.
Well, let's. We'll go there.
Getting in the water, so I am, kind of taking a back seat on this, signing off on the plan.
Okay, thing. So you can move through the door. I'm assuming you're going to be moving slowly the entire time, no matter what, right?
Yeah. Keep our caution on.
Okay. Yeah. So you so you move through the northern door, and which was intact. This is the one that you opened with the key that Avaricious snakes found, right? And you're in that small antechamber where the walls are bare, but there is that inscription which from Onweir telling you that it was she was immovable and steadfast, which leads down the stairs into the actual Hall of Labors itself. However, you're bypassing that, correct? And you're going through the broken hinged door, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So going around there, it starts to smell again. Of course, you know what the source of that smell was. Light is kind of hugging back behind, just sort of whimpering the entire time. And you hook a corner down on the right hand side there to the south, down that staircase. So you haven't been down here before. However, it is exactly as you anticipated. The stairways go down the entire way, and in exactly the same way on the symmetrical eastern tunnel is where the water starts. There is that same amount of flotsam with really gross stuff that is washed up, and you have a feeling that it empties out and back into the grotto as well.
So that same line is on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the second line there, by the way?
Second line.
It's just more water.
Yeah.
More
waves.
water. Okay. It didn't
Interpretive
indicate
waves.
Waves. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Art. All right. So what's the range and duration of that detect magic? It was 2 turns. And how far would it illuminate things that are magic?
2 turns, and I believe it is it 60 feet? Let me check.
And do they illuminate to everyone or just to you?
Just the person that's been cast on, I think.
Slinny, you know that the
I'm making that up.
Start of the session, 3 turns have passed. 1 to fuck with the statue, and 2 to get to this point.
Okay.
It is
so what
now,
time does that put us at here, John?
It is 3 p.m. exactly.
Okay.
Detect magic is 2 turns, and the range is 60 feet.
On who? On the caster?
No, on the for detect magic. No, it just says that enchanted objects, areas, or creatures are caused to glow. Both permanent and temporary enchantments are revealed.
I mean, you can't walk around with it. You understand?
Right. I'm gonna park at the edge of that water. 10,
it's
20,
a 60-foot
40, 50, 60.
radius then?
60-foot radius. So I'll go down.
I have to get in the water to really make it most effective.
Yeah, I'll wade in enough. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, if I go one more square down, So I'm like waiting in the stairwell.
Okay.
Question for you about that, though. The corpse that was on that ledge opposite the grotto, did you guys get to that? Did you check him out?
Well, I mean, from our backstory, that's kind of where I started. That was like my buddy, and he got washed down here with us. And that's how, and we've been trapped on that ledge until we, could get brave enough to get off the turtle or get off the ledge. So we technically have not checked it, but from kind of context, I think we know that there's not that much to it.
Well, you would know Darius, right? Like this is your companion. He doesn't have anything valuable on him.
Right.
The turtle got him. Like that's what killed that guy.
That's just turtle herps up there. Okay.
Yeah. So you cast a spell and you sort of wade into the water, just like expanding.
Hold on. Nope. Before you cast that, we have to make sure we have our whole plan in place. So you're going to cast it, and then we'll look around and see, and then Mort will go swimming for one turn. Right?
Yeah.
So Mort, while he's getting ready to cast the spell, Mort will strip down, get out of his armor, that kind of thing. He's just wearing his little, loincloth like a good legionnaire and his sandals. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, can I have some of that wire? I want to or some string, not like big heavy hemp rope, but something to tie the pin.
What do you want, my friend? I have wire. Yeah. I have a fish hook. I have twine.
I want to tie the pin to me, right? So that I can't drop it. But if I need it, I have it. Like if something else is in the water, I'm not defenseless.
Okay.
You're taking the pin in there?
Taking the pin.
Okay. So
unless you want, I could take Clavum, I guess, but I'm not going in there unarmed.
Yeah.
Take it. We got, keep tied to it. Yeah, we'll be all right.
Okay. It takes another turn to divest yourself and to attach, get yourself all ready.
All right. So now we can cast the 2 spells. We'll cast the one, look around, then cast the other and get in the water. And of course, if there's nothing magic turning up there, I guess all I'm looking for is any how.
Let me just roll through it. Right, like plans in place. Let's go for it.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Bam. So Avaricios, you cast detect magic. You expand your senses outward with your kind of waist up in that nasty water. It's like all these parts are just sort of hitting against you, and indeed it's line of sight, right? So things don't ping through walls or anything like that, right? It's basically what you can see.
They just glow.
Yeah, anything in that radius is going to start glowing.
I can see it.
Huh? No, you.
That's how this. He just read the spell. Stuff glows.
Stuff glows.
It's within not the line of sight, John. It's within line of sight.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, obviously, in front of you, and there's nothing behind you. That's magical, as you know. But the down below, I'd say in the narrow vision that you have, right, you can definitely see a number of different things that ping in the western side of the grotto.
That's great.
Okay. I'm going to grab a large sack as I wade into the water.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want the invisibility now, or do you want to wait?
As I'm getting into the water, yeah, you need to put it on me.
Okay.
Okay. Invisibility animals is Lisbeth, right?
That is Lisbeth, yes.
And that is a druid, first level. Okay, that is going to be 1 turn of non-magical idol. Yep, that'll work. Okay. So, you cast it, and it doesn't seem to have any sort of effect on the rest of you, right? You can't even tell that anything was done.
Okay.
But Lisbeth does cast it on you, Mort. And other than your preparations for that, are you doing anything breath-wise? You're just using your own.
I don't. Yeah, I can't breathe underwater or anything. So he's going to be sort of swim, dive, come up, dive, come up.
Would these guys know what a snorkel is? Could I pull a snorkel out of the bag?
not a snorkel, but you could pull a cane reed sort of thing if you wanted to.
I'll do that. Yeah, look, you can use it if you want.
Can you pull a diving suit out with a big bronze helmet? With the little
that's exactly what I pull out.
Yeah, an apparatus of Qualish.
Yeah, that's right.
But
you're planning on diving down, right? All the way down to 35 feet to the bottom. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, you have to take on faith that Lisbeth is skilled enough to actually make you invisible.
Now, see, this is the real morale check if she really does cast a spell.
Lyta is peering from behind Lisbeth's leg and is just looking at Mort with awe as if she's never seen a greater hero in her life.
She hasn't. I would like to point that out.
As you wade through the body parts and bones in the water and then disappear from view. Mort, you enter
Just like home.
You enter this cold water, and eventually, like, you have no choice. You have to duck down in order to get through that tunnel. And then you basically are expelled outwards, and you're now in the grotto. So you could basically like rise up again, take another deep breath, and then go all the way back down. Right. Which is what you do, I would assume.
Yep. And I'm on infravision now, I guess. Although if I can see that glowing holy symbol, that'll be nice. But
yeah, right. So the room itself, right, is lit by the luminescent moss softly. Oh, yeah. So you are able to see enough that you can see both the corpse of Rin dangling to your right, Rin the First, and you can see the corpse of Darius's companion all the way across the chamber on the other platform. Right. There is no sign of the turtle. You don't see any telltale ripples or anything like that.
Great.
But you. Okay, so but you don't have so Avaricios is detecting the magic. So how are you going to find the stuff?
Well, detect magic doesn't activate on the caster. It makes all magical items within the radius of the caster glow.
Yeah, so they're glowing.
I can see them.
Are you sure about that?
That's what it says.
Are caused to glow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that's going to last for 2 turns. You've got 1 turn for invisibility animals, Mort, so you don't waste any time, and you get the fuck down there. Here's how I'm going to do it.
And so I'm looking for 2 things. One, I'm looking for the magic items and whatever other loot or treasure might be down there. But I'm also looking to see, we think there's another tunnel down here that feeds to or from the waterfall. So if I can pinpoint that, that'll be great.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to rule. With the turn that you have, you can definitely pinpoint the sources of the entrances into the grotto. For one thing, I'll just give that to you, assuming you're not going to explore those tunnels. As far as treasure, though, I'm going to give you this choice. You can retrieve one. You could find one known item from Goran's corpse and get that. Like you could just say like, I want to get Ignis, and you will have Ignis. That's the only thing you get.
That's what you should do, dude.
Or you can roll the dice and choose one random object that I have on a chart here of all the toys that are down there on the bottom of this grotto.
Ignis is a flaming short sword, bro.
There could be a set of dwarven armored and
everything that is pinging is relatively small. You know, like something that you would carry on a person, right? So you just see like a bunch of glowing baubles that are just sort of all on the bottom of the pool. They're not concentrated; they're scattered all over the place. So that's why I'm just saying it. You can decide kind of what you want, but it's going to be completely random.
This is like Wheel of Fortune or some shit.
Let's make a deal, right?
It's stuff could be good.
Get Ignis. I'm telling you, man. You're gonna end up getting a potion of like something bullshit and be mad.
Or a potion of something really
and I'm divesting myself from choosing. Like, you don't have to worry that I'm going to screw you over. Like, I'm really going to roll in the chart.
Right. So let me just, for the sake of clarity here, I get it. And it's very sensible. Although I would counter by saying that I got 10 minutes to do this. I feel like I could get more than one thing in 10 minutes.
No, because they're scattered all over the grotto.
And you got to come up and down for air.
It's not technically 10 minutes. It's like, it's a turn is an amount to do something significant in the game. And grabbing one item is one thing.
Okay.
Flip a coin?
No, just take the sword.
Well, we know where Mike stands.
Just get the sword, Ted. It's a light source. It's a heat source. It's a magical weapon.
And you're saying that when I like put my face under the water and I look around, I can see like, oh, that's Ignis right there. Or I see some vague other glowing shapes. Could be a ring. Could be a hat. I can't tell.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, the bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I'm gonna take Ignis. Although, Mike, I'm telling you right now that's I've known you 20 years. I know this will make you happy. Like if I hadn't known you so long, we hadn't been gaming together so long, I'd have gone for something new. But for you, Mike, for 50 episodes,
Ted's gift.
Can we do this, John? Can we just do this?
What?
Have him get Ignis. He's committed to getting Ignis. Can you roll in the chart now and tell us what we would have gotten?
Absolutely.
We might come back.
Come on, man.
No fucking way.
All right. I got a plan though. I got a plan. All right. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to be like, oh, sweet. There's Ignis. That was a great sword. We're going to get that back.
Bits of dwarf stuck to it.
I'm going to stick it into the sack. And if is there anything like, and I'm not trying to grab it. I just want to ask, is there anything like fairly close to me or between me and the entrance? Like, can I see something glowing?
No.
What's that?
No.
So if I want something else, it's more distance.
More turn. Yeah.
It'll be
I know it's more turns. I'm not arguing the turns part. I'm just saying, like, do I have to go further east to get it? Or is it in this end?
No, there's a couple items here on the western side, which you can totally get. So you have one more turn on the detect magic, so you can certainly keep seeing.
Right.
Okay, so here's the deal. You have to, first of all, after you grab something, you've got to go back up for air, period.
Right. Yep. I'm back up. And what I do is I want to go up and be on the western side of the bust of Arden.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. Done.
And then I want to, look and use infravision. Can I see the turtle? Is the turtle slumbering? And is there anything like I could grab right here close to me, one and done, even though I'm probably visible if the thing comes?
Okay, so first of all, you can't see the turtle.
Cannot see the turtle.
On the one hand, you're kind of blocked by the statue, but nothing is pinging.
It'd be a big. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you nothing's showing up, which in itself might yield other questions for you. But the baubles are still glowing underneath.
Yeah.
You think that to get one more thing, you could certainly do it without any danger of losing your breath or anything like that, but you will be visible to any animals in the area.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. While you're thinking, one just little fun visual. He's swimming. He's got to be like bonking into fish that can't see him.
That's probably true, actually. Yeah.
Well,
You have to grab a few of those and throw them in the sack if you can.
Ted, I'm telling you, man, it's not worth it. That turtle's gonna come eat you, bro. And then
Mike,
we're
I
gonna
want
have
you
to
to have anything cool
tomorrow.
for yourself, Ted. You hear that?
I think you should do it, Ted.
I
think you would see the turtle.
No.
The turtle he just ate. He ate a couple hours ago.
Mike is super worried that you're going to get something cooler than Ignis.
No, I'm not. Well, I would be happy if that happened. Let's just be clear.
Let's just put it this way, Ted. What does the goblin want?
Yeah, goblin want, goblin get. Remember,
goblin want, goblin get.
I mean,
goblin,
technically, too, Ted. You are you're more by himself. You get to make the decision.
Yeah. He is definitely wealth motivated. He is known for making poor decisions. When
wealth motivated is such a good term for greedy.
Tell me about it, huh?
I'm visualizing him, he's sort of squatting there on the bust of Arden, right? Kind of hopping back and forth from one foot to the other, looking around, trying to see the turtle.
Yeah, what should I do?
Looking at glowing things.
So,
I'm going to go for it.
Yes,
I'm going to go for it.
Yes.
Yes.
One hit point, Ted. You have one hit point. Just want to make that real clear.
You'll hear Avaricious's voice in the back of your mind saying, "Don't wriggle. Whatever you do, don't
He's
wriggle."
going to try and be as quiet and non-splashy as possible.
Sure, you're going to slither down the bust and slip into the water.
Quiet.
Yep. Apocalypse Now
in and
style.
out.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, your loincloth bearing form slips silently back into the water. You also, if you consider yourself in the world itself, you would have no conception of when the spell would truly lift off of you, right? So it would be even more of a dangerous decision on your part. You know what I mean? But with your breath tight in your throat, you dip down below the water and you make a beeline straight down towards the nearest glowing object that is close to you. And shall we roll on a chart? Roll a 1d12 and let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Don't roll it yet. I need to count the things that are actually magical.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because a bunch of other stuff here as well.
With any luck, it'll be like something that would explode the turtle if he bites me. That would be perfect.
Plasma grenade.
Yeah, you got it.
Ted, my fingers are crossed for the only blunt magical weapon in this game.
That would be great if I came back with a plus 10 mace.
6. Roll me a d6, please.
D6.
Mm-hmm.
How many fingers the turtle takes?
I got a 2, John.
A 2. Very good. Okay,
I stuff it in the sack and I head for the surface.
Gotcha. All right, so you go down. You're getting close to a bauble, and you see what you're getting near to is a silver scroll case, which is glowing.
Okay. And then I'm going to head straight up that tunnel.
Okay, great.
My little goblin feet flapping like paddles, as carefully and slowly and quietly.
So everything is you're expecting like the worst, but everything remains deathly quiet as you paddle your way. Are you going back up the way you came?
Back up to the party.
Okay, cool.
Sure you don't want to go up that eastern stairwell, Ted?
No, I really don't.
Okay, so you were using let's see. Yeah, we'll say okay. Yeah, I'm not going to make you fight the current. It'll be okay. The current is still there though. But we'll say you used a combination of the ropes and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see. That was one turn for the first attempt and another turn for the second attempt, and I'm going to make it another turn to get your ass back to the party. It is now...
while I was gone...
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
John can... Hold on 1 second, sorry.
I'm sorry.
I got to look up a quick little thing.
Do math, guys. Leave him be.
Just got to check something about that item. Whoa. Okay. Jesus. All right. Figured
Found
it out.
the Jesus down there.
What were you going to say?
So while he was down there doing his thing, that's the 2 turns of Detect Magic, can we look at each other and see which of our stuff is glowing? Specifically, we'd want to look at Lyta, see how she's glowing. Like
Sure.
if the ring that she gave to Mort was magic, it would be glowing.
By person, if there are items that you want to just roll by me, and I'll tell you whether thing or not. Lyta, what pings on her? Remember, she has that necklace with the fang and the feather. Those are not magical. Okay. However, the giant WWE dwarf belt is very magical.
Okay.
The necklace is not magic.
No.
Okay.
And what about the
ring?
ring?
One other thing besides the ring?
She had a dagger and a fishing line, but those aren't magical.
Okay.
There was that. Pretty sure it is magical, but there was that short sword that we found in one of the ante rooms.
Well, can we do it differently? Rather than hopping back and forth, I have a list of everything we found. Can I just go down the list, John?
Yep.
Okay. So we've got Lyta's girdle, magic. The silver scroll case, Ignis is magic. Okay. The amethyst intaglio ring that we got from Lyta.
Magical.
Magic. I knew it. The high-ranking officer's gladius from the Hall of Labors.
High-ranking. Oh, from the eastern side?
Yes.
Yes, that is magical.
Okay. Obviously, the intelligence sword Oculus is magical. Let's see here. We have Av is carrying a warhammer found from the barracks, the second set of barracks.
A warhammer from the second set of barracks.
Probably not, but I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, that is not magical.
Okay. Av has got a holy symbol of Thoth as an ibis from the priest's room.
Not magical.
Niall has 2 daggers from the scribe's room.
This on this level?
Yeah.
Where was the scribe?
Where we found the finger?
Same place we found the finger.
Oh, the worthies?
No, the scribe's room.
North of that, Yeah,
we have it
7.7.
listed as 7.6.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. 7. Oh, okay. In those chambers, gotcha. Let me check. What is this again? Sorry.
Daggers,
well, the
right?
finger and a pair of daggers.
They are not magical.
Yeah, one was the dagger sticking to the finger. Yeah.
Okay. Then Mort has a curved dagger he picked up in the statue room.
It's 7-Eleven.
I have.
Yeah, the Hall of Worthies. Yeah.
Probably that one. Yeah.
Where was? Oh, the corpse. Is a dagger there? You sure that's
Yeah,
where you got
we found silver pennies, solid. Oh, you know what? It's probably not that statue room. I mean the
cloisters.
No, the on the map probably room
7.5,
I think, with the 3 statues.
Where are we here?
Oh yeah, when we looted the bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them had so we found a bunch of coins, we found 2 gold rings, and we found a curved dagger.
This is on the bodies, right?
The body. Yeah.
And what are you checking again? I'm sorry.
Curved dagger. If it's magic.
No.
Okay. Then Mort is carrying a stone canister full of seeds.
Where's that from?
One of the barracks.
Okay, hold on.
That was in like all the soldiers' stuff, I think, right?
Yeah.
Where's the other barracks? 710, which is what on my map? Okay. Sorry, folks. But they're throwing shit at me that they didn't say they were going to do. So give me a second.
We did. We talked about doing detect magic, John. You knew that.
16. What is this that you're looking for?
Stone canister with seeds. And there should be also from that room 2 javelins and a teakwood box.
I think that was 7.3. That bunk room.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Not magic.
None of it?
Nope.
Okay. And then Niall's wearing some ancient armor.
From where?
From officers' barracks.
Which one? Same one?
No, this is an officer's one. We found like wax tablet and toys and an ivory box and a bunch of jewelry and stuff in there.
Okay, right. No, the armor is not magical.
Okay. There was a small wax package of red dust.
Where's that from?
Same place as the ivory box, jade earrings, silver locket. One of the officers' barracks.
Right. So what are you looking for? I'm sorry.
It's a small waxed paper package of red dust.
Oh yes, that is magical.
Ooh, cool.
Ha. Okay. Then
I should say that it's the dust itself that is magical.
Yep.
And it's sort of like it's not like really a dust. It's like a brick of like incense, basically.
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's the solid gold statuette of Osiris.
Where is that?
Just gold, or is it magic?
But that was from way
That's
up
from
above.
the Temple of Thoth with the snakes. Way back when.
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
We can go back.
We're getting pretty far back. But I think actually that is everything on the list that we might have suspected.
One more thing. I mean, these are magical to Avaricios no matter what you say, but the bottles of our ancient brandy, there were like 3 of them, and they were from the bar in 7.4.
John, what about that dirty left sock that I found in like room 1643?
Now that you mention it, Mike.
Is that magical, John?
Yes. Those are actually holy water socks.
All right. So that I think covers everything that I've got logged. There's still a few things we found that we didn't bring with us that might be magic. Like we found that big tower shield, but we had to leave that behind. And then everything that was in the treasure rooms, the 2 treasure rooms. So
yeah, we're not there.
Right. Okay. So you basically pegged down everything that's on your persons. What do you do now?
Mort will come out of. Well, I guess you've got time, Matt, before Mort comes out of the water.
Shoot, was there anything else? No, I think just looking at the stuff was all we were going to do while we were waiting for you. We can kick off the other spells later. Let's see what you got.
Okay, Mort comes dripping and glistening out of the water like Bo Derek from 10, and and proceeds to put your armor back on. Ted, or are you going to go in the buff for a little while? See how it works.
I'm going to shake off like a wet dog, and then sort of do a lot of stretching and deep knee bends and some calisthenics. As I'm
put your clothes on before you do the deep knee bends.
No, I'm letting it all hang out. Sing it loud, sing it proud. I'm a goblin.
Okay, so it takes another turn to put your armor back on.
Yeah,
it is now 350.
While he's looking, while he's putting his armor back on, can we take a look at that scroll case? Open it up and see if it makes sense to any of us.
I found it. I'm going to keep it.
Do you open it, Mort?
I do want to inspect it before I just go around opening it.
Yes, you. It has weird language upon it. There is a scroll inside.
Shake it. You can hear it move around in there.
I mean, you open the scroll case, you said, right?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, so there's a scroll in there. It has writing on it that you cannot read.
Yeah. Rats.
None of us, or can that...
It's not a cleric scroll or a druid scroll?
No one here currently can read it.
Okay.
Damn it, David.
Another one, damn it.
Oh,
that's what I risked my life
armor glowed, right? Can we look at David's armor? That glowed, right?
It's glowed, yes.
Okay.
David's armor.
It's from the net.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing the Knights of the Azure Shields. Highly illegal to wear armor.
Oh, I didn't record that. I forgot about that one.
It's
banned. On his sheet.
No, but I want to keep it on the log so we make sure we know about it.
I literally think that might be the first suit of magical armor we found.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
And that is
time is caught up. Lyda is very happy to see Mr. Mort come back up out of the water.
Hello, Lyda. How are you?
Do we want to try locate object?
Hey, Darius, you got a magic sword?
I do.
Oh,
of unknown property.
Would you rather carry Ignis?
I don't care. I don't know if a
die for that thing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, who cares?
Darius tosses it behind him. Luke Skywalker.
It's a really good item, and we don't want to just leave it. It's a heat source, it's a light source, but also it's a flaming, glowing sword that might not be great for someone who has to be stealthy.
Yeah. So, Darius can take it or leave it. Ted.
All right. I'm going to give the scroll to I'll give the scroll to somebody else because Mort is maxed out for carrying things in his backpack.
Let me see who's got space for it.
Does Lyda have a magic weapon, John or Matt?
Lyda?
She has her own dagger.
Not Lyda. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth doesn't, but I don't think druids can use short swords. I do not think they are proficient in that.
Well, I mean, my house rules. There's only a few classes that actually have restrictions now.
Okay.
But let me take a look at druids, what the restrictions are, see if it makes sense for my rules. Combat.
While you're doing that.
No, not metal armor. Your choice of weapons is limited to clubs, daggers, slings, spears, and staves. No, they can use whatever.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she'll take it. She'll have to drop something though. Let's see.
Okay.
She's got some dumb stuff she can get rid of.
Well, does she have to drop it if it's equipped?
Well, we want her. She's the one who holds the Yakin's coffer, so we want her to be able to.
Right, but equipped, it doesn't mean in hand.
Not necessarily.
Equipped means you can get it rapidly.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, she's got an equipped slot. Then she can have that.
Okay.
Yeah. That basically means like a sheath on the side or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
Yost and Mort have equipped slots as well if it's a problem, but Mort and Yost no longer have packed item slots. Their packs are full. So
Okay.
So are we doing a locate object on for a teleportation tile or what are we doing? Secret doors?
I like secret door.
I think. I mean, it might be tempting, but I like secret doors. I just have a thing for secret doors.
Cool, do it. I'm happy with that. Just make it so number 2.
Let's do it. All right, everyone. Avaricious thinks. It says a little prayer to Lysion and cast detect objects or locate objects. I get them mixed up. Lysion, get confused.
Too late. You burned it.
Damn it.
Okay.
Looking for secret doors.
Secret doors is what the object that we're looking for. The nearest secret door in this this circle in place for the area of effect.
Show me secret doors.
Let's see. It's going to be centered on.
Yeah, I think you've got it centered there, Matt.
Okay.
Okay. Nearest secret door in that radius.
It feels like cheating. This feels like cheating.
It is. That's what all spells are.
That's what magic is all about, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a man of God. Now I feel guilty. What is this all about?
Man of Lysion. I don't know about man of God.
Looking. All right. Well, it's a bummer. Can you guess where the closest secret door might be?
I'm gonna say west.
No. It is. Can you see my thing? Can you see me?
I can see your thing.
This is the closest secret door.
Son of.
Okay. All right. Well, let's
was a
just.
door. We actually opened a door at the top of that.
But it's also not secret to us. So does it count?
It still counts. Let's just move. Let's just move down to the other, like the eastern end of this.
What is that?
This room.
Move to the pool room.
Yeah, it's 6 turns, so we gotta.
It's actually nice. It actually ends at the exact same time that Elizabeth's lantern's about to go out.
Okay.
So there you go.
If you move to the pool room, Matt, that like.
Yeah.
Let me drag that over here. If we move to. Boom.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
let's go just a little bit over, and then that old door is not in it anymore.
Okay, I'm going to say it's going to take 2 turns to get into that room out of your 6.
Right.
Okay.
But the circle moves with us. So if
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Everybody, that's another completed sheet. Moving on.
How many have we been through, John?
Oh my God, so many. So many. Okay. Right. And so where are you now? Okay. Checking the circle. Okay. One moment, please. Secret doors. Sorry, I just got to give you a moment because I got to check everything.
Please be a secret door that bypasses the droid.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, and this would catch those tunnels.
I see it.
That we didn't explore. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the way up, when we were near Lyta's room, that would have caught the cloisters of the worthies, so that door would have pinged.
Would it have reached that? Yeah, I guess it probably would have. Yeah. So yeah, that would have pinged at one. Well, you know what? It wouldn't have because the closest still would have been the one behind Arden's head.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then when you are here and you kind of set yourself, I'm just kind of looking at the path you took as well. Nothing at all pings.
Ah. Okay.
Wow. Should we take a turn and move up to the The barricade room?
Yeah, but let's not go any farther than that.
Well, let's listen. Do we hear? Yeah, do we hear Eustace?
You don't hear him. You do hear Lyta, however, kind of lets out a short little scream and refuses to go up that northern corridor.
That's fine. I'll stay here with her.
Okay.
And let Avaricious go up there.
Thank you, Mr. Mort. Thank you, Mr. Mort. The dead are up there.
All right, so we grab this and go up to just in front of the barricade then?
Yeah, we'll go up
no
to
further than that. I'm not going any further than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
It's probably just going to ping the cloisters.
That is correct. It pings the cloisters.
Okay. Yeah, I can't move far enough to get that out of there.
That's another turn. You have 2 more turns left on the locate object.
I think you should go into
the lantern.
We can't make it back down to the western staircase in 2 turns, right?
The western staircase? No, not in 2 turns, no. Don't forget that Lyta and Mort are both in darkness. Although both of you can... Lyta has actually grown like a small amount of dark vision just from, adaptation. So you guys are okay, right. but you are in darkness.
Guys, let's... What do you say, Darius? Why don't we peek into the... there are 20 statues in there? No? You get scared?
Do it. I dove to the pool room full of turtle. You can walk into the statue room.
I don't think that's a good idea. I feel like we searched that area very, very well.
Are you going back in?
I'm just let's see how far would I go. I'm just going to go a little bit farther.
Yes,
that nothing ever happens.
Cross that barricade.
Go over there.
So hot. All right, so you heave yourself over the barricade, trying to be as quiet as possible, with ears finely tuned for any sign of a deathly spirit coming your way. And the bodies of the dead surround you, and you listen carefully. And
now you make me start to regret my choices. When you say it like that.
You don't hear anything coming. And you quietly focus your spell as the spell searches frantically across the map. Negative. Well, it's not negative. It's still the same one. Shifts to the.
Oh well.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good.
Had to be secret doors. Couldn't be a teleportation circle. Had to be a secret door. Blah 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 blah.
Easy to say in hindsight.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna sneak back down the tunnel.
Okay. You have 1 more turn left.
And Elizabeth's going to get her oil or next flask ready to pour into the lantern.
Okay.
And
can you
what if we go down just this far with that?
You're just going to ping the nostril. Most likely.
Yeah. I don't think there's any place I can get where that wouldn't do it.
I don't think there's. I think we did a very good job of searching on the way down here, guys. I think.
I feel good. We didn't waste it. We tried.
I mean, there could have been one.
It's good
in a hallway somewhere that we wouldn't have searched for.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to call it a day right there with another turn. So the lantern goes out. Please take off an oil flask if you're going to relight Elizabeth's. And
I'm going to get rid of this circle.
The magical quest giver line sort of disappears. The don't feel bad. I mean, obviously you wish you had discovered something, but just the fact that you didn't is also very, very telling, right?
That's right. As
Mike said, it means what it does is it confirms that you guys have searched very, very well.
All right. No, I'm good.
Yeah. So very cool. I mean, very cool use of that first spell. I don't think I've actually ever seen locate object in play in all my years, which is cool.
Very cool. We used it to find the plunger.
Did we?
Yeah. Well, an accident.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, wow.
Awesome spell.
Before he got shot in the head by the death bot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So
guys,
you are.
What time of day is it now?
It is. Let's see. It is 4:40.
Okay.
I think we make our way back to those stairs.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, let's cook some fish on the fire sword. Huh?
Yeah.
What stairs are you going back to?
Western stairs.
The ones in the west. Yeah.
And okay, so give me 1, 2.
Because there's a couple of flat landings there we can hang out on and have closed doors. And
I heard a couple people saying that packs were full or something like that. Have we been reduced back to 60 now, or are we moving at 90 still?
No,
we're still at 90.
Okay, well,
I'm considering 90 to be my full pack.
I got you. Okay,
That's me too.
Yeah.
gotcha. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. Yeah, so I'm going to take 3 turns to get back to your little stair enclosure there. So now it is 5:10 by the time you reach your
Right.
Bedtime.
Yeah. It's a real shame that Lyda's room is so smelly.
Yeah, it is a very good place. Yep. Now you could, it just takes cleaning, right? You could certainly, between Laryl's sack and what you've got on you, if you wanted to spend enough time, you could actually clean that place up. It would take a lot of work. But just letting you know that
Jug of bleach and a big broom.
pretty much, yeah. But this is a very good place too. Very defensible. You've got two doors that you can barricade, and
Better than our crossroads that we slept in last time.
Yeah.
well, the good thing about this too is that if you close both doors, you need a key to get in from one, and then you need something special to get past the other one, right? So, but you guys have access to either way, which is kind of ideal.
Do you want to throw Wilbur into the Hammer Arden room and see what happens?
Wilbur? Is that the chicken?
No, Clarice is the chicken.
Wilbur's the pig.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I mean, we can if you want. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen. I mean, you moved a dead guy and she stomped on him.
It's true.
It was totally uncool, man.
Yes or no?
We better hope that Yakin's casket works for on that thing.
Okay, so you're betting down.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should rest. But John, you said you would tell me where the tunnels in the grotto were.
You're totally right. I'm sorry about that. I forgot. Okay,
No,
so
not a big deal.
the tunnels. Okay, so can you see me?
I can.
As in my not my beautiful face. But
Yeah, your cursor. I know what you mean.
Okay, so right here in this square, okay, there is there is an opening in the ground, basically. In the floor,
flowing towards me, like as I swam over it.
Yeah, and there's like a definite, like you can feel the force of water kind of coming up, from that hole. Okay, and that hole, you can see when you were down there that you could peer in, and that it appears to be a tunnel that goes downward towards generally the southwest, and probably like a 35-degree angle towards the southwest.
So,
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to give it to you. Although I don't think realistically you probably be able to see it, but just for completeness' sake, the other one is there are two. The other one is right here-ish. Okay, and that one goes around about the same angle, but towards the southeast. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I did not see any other obvious tunnels or anything like that. So wherever the turtle was, I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm kind of giving you an extra there on the eastern side because the eastern side would have been pretty blind to you, so I'm not going to give you anything more than that.
Right. Okay.
Can you give him any kind of description of like the passage that he would have gone over? Was it like...
Yeah. So
is it a natural passage? Were there any mechanisms involved with it or anything like that?
No, totally natural.
It just looked like a hole in the ground.
Hole in the ground, but he could feel the force of water like emptying into the, like filling the grotto. You know what I mean?
Huh. Like strong enough that it would be very difficult or impossible to swim against?
It would be very difficult. So who was it was it Darius that did? Yeah, Darius
shot out of it.
Yeah. So Darius, you, as I said, you were kind of discombobulated when it was happening, right? Because you were out of breath and you thought you were going to die and drown, all kind of stuff. But what you remember is very much like a Goonies sort of water slide sort of thing, except you were completely encased in water. Like it was like a tunnel that was filled with water. That's why you almost drowned, right? And you're being thrown around and all that kind of stuff. But what you do remember is that as you were being shot through with the current of the water, you were definitely going upwards at a slight angle. And so you were basically shot like a cannonball out from the floor of the grotto into the larger body of water.
Gotcha.
You understand?
Okay.
So the current that you were taking, Mike, was the opposite of what you would have to do to go back. So it'd be very difficult. You'd be going down, but you'd be going against the current.
Right.
Right.
We definitely would need some sort of water breathing or something, I assume, John, right? Like how many minutes was I in that water tunnel?
That's a good question.
You can just guesstimate it.
Not
I figure it's going to be at least.
No, it was it was a matter of seconds, but they were horrifying, awful seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're probably right. Like if unless you had some sort of magical strength bonus to fight against a strong current like that, or water breathing. And ideally both. It would be very difficult to maneuver in that space.
Right.
Okay.
If you were just to say, be over that hole holding a solid gold statue, would you sink against the current, or would it still be able to push you? Like would weight do it? Based on my judgment of the current, like would weight
would do it, but it would have to be something extraordinarily heavy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder, guys, if there's anything that we can get, like maybe statues that we could drop in there and clog that hole and drain it out.
Yeah. Yep. That's the other thing we could try.
Like a dead turtle.
Like a dead turtle. All right, let's camp. Let's do your healing, and then we got to figure out a way to get past the hammer Arden, because I think that's our only egress at this point.
It does look that way, unless we go back to the natural caves that led to the hangar and go up those stairs.
I just think, man, if the cask is going to work, let's just give that the old college try.
Okay.
I think it's the way to go.
You can certainly plan as you camp, but let's just move through that real quick. So you set up camp, and while that's happening, Avaricios is going to burn healing spells, correct?
No,
after
we rest.
Oh, you don't have any more healing spells?
Oh no, I've used them all up.
Okay, cool.
I brought the dead people back to life a couple of times before.
Any other spellcasting you want to burn before you bed down?
He does have a casting of alarm. He'll put that. I guess in that room 719, the one on the other side of the locked door.
Okay. Very good.
And he'll set that to be loud so that everybody can hear it.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So you got that set up, and other than that, you make yourselves as comfortable as you possibly can. You're kind of confined to like the two landings, but those are 10-foot square, flat places. So it's
a lot of room for us, really.
Yeah,
the problem is
a lot of you
sleep next to the smelly chick.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. So Lyda kind of sings songs as you guys are setting up camp, and it's kind of a nonsensical song, but she seems to be in a good mood.
Okay. I'll pull out of the sack just to close it out for the day. I'll pull a new oil flask to replace the one that we used.
Okay.
And something to entertain Lyta. He'll get like a little toy. Oh, I know, like the ones with the little sticks and the little acrobat on the strings.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, cool. Right. Yeah, she loves it. She loves it. She thinks it's magic that you keep pulling the shit out of your sack, by the way, too, which it is.
It is magic.
Yeah. She loves it, and she's completely distracted the entire time. Now, don't
forget to pull a ration out too, Matt?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Are you okay with spending the night in the dark, or are you going to burn through lantern oil?
Ignis.
Dark.
Ignis. Okay.
If we need it, we've got Ignis. That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
But
no problem.
We can sleep in the dark.
All right. Yeah. So you bed down for the night. I need everyone to burn a ration, and you need to take care of all of your NPCs as well, which is 4 people. So you need 4 rations plus yourself, which is another 3. So 7
and
rations.
Lyda?
7. Oh yeah, you're right.
I have 5. I have 5 fish.
No, 7. Yeah.
Yeah. I have 5 fish. So let's cook those on the sword and eat those.
Okay.
Let's just skewer them. It's like a Brazilian barbecue.
Okay. So I have 2 more rations left. Then I need 2 more rations to be burned from somebody.
I have 7. I can get rid of 2.
Okay.
Well, wait, if you've got 5 fish plus you pull something out of the sack, then we only need 1 from Mike.
We'll go well with the fish. French fries.
Okay,
There you go. Fish and chips.
Nice. Okay, cool. All right. So you marked off the ration. Whoever's spending it, is that Darius?
Yep, I'm doing it.
Right on.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you actually have a pretty good meal. Lita, of course, is thrilled because she's eating fish.
Cooked fish.
Cooked fish, even. Yeah, that's true. Probably doesn't like
And
it.
Nice and sweet and juicy meat.
Okay. So with the light of Ignis, which is kind of a strange light, you bed down for the night and you have your alarm set up. You're feeling pretty good. And lo and behold, yes, indeed, you are able to wake up nice and refreshed in the morning with nothing having bugged you. You heard nothing at nighttime, nothing at all, even beyond the stone door. At that point, I need everyone to heal 1 hit point. Yes?
John.
Yeah.
I don't suppose I got 79 experience points in that, like a little bit of adventuring that we just did.
No. I don't believe so.
76. I think you got about 76.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of what you've kind of done, but no, you haven't done anything really. Yeah.
Mort did the whole thing with the Ignis and the spells and the searching for things and the.
Did I get 76 experience points?
I'll kill you.
You know what? Yeah. I guess it was kind of a cool use of abilities. Yeah, you know what? I don't even have to stretch for that one. That was a skill one, right? Like using your abilities in an unorthodox manner. Like the layering of spells in order to get the thing, I think would definitely count. And it's definitely enough to raise Darius, at least Darius. So I'm not going to be calculated out, so don't ask. Like anyone else who's not like with less than 100 does not level up.
I'm just gonna roll my hit points.
Okay, Assassin 2 for Darius. Would you get a 4?
I got a 4, dude.
Nice.
I just literally doubled my hit points. That's like more than doubled.
Very cool.
All right, cool. So I'm up to 9 hit points. I have as much as like Onweir did when he died.
Like you, Mike, like Darius is literally like adventured in like a 100-foot span. You're already like level 2.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
And then I'll take my other my new pip and my thief skills. I'll just max out my climb sheer surfaces to 5 and 6.
Great.
Sweet.
Fantastic. You're very good at that. Sounds good.
All right.
And that's all I need to do to level, kids.
All right.
OSE.
You gotta love it. That's what I'm talking about.
Hang out with some older kids.
Moving on. I need to know what spells are being memorized.
Well, I'm going to memorize them and burn them real fast.
Okay.
So Avaricios has 2 level 1 Cure Light Wound spells, and he will immediately cast those on Mort.
Okay.
Matt, we should save one of those, right? We're going to save something.
We're going to save Elizabeth's.
Okay.
Elizabeth has one. She's going to save it.
Are you going to get a new continual light spell?
I haven't gotten there yet. You're looking ahead. That's level 3. So each one of those is 1d6 plus 1, I believe. Okay. So I'll do 2d6 plus 2.
Okay.
For old Mort.
For old Mort.
6.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, good one.
So you get 10 hit points, my friend.
That puts me at 12, which is almost healed. That's pretty good.
What's your max?
Thank you very much,
Not bad.
Avaricious and Lycion.
What's your max?
Get in there and deal with the hammer statue.
My max is 15.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Right, feeling much better, Mort, after being blown up.
Okay. Level 2 spells. I'm going to cast Bless and Silence. Or I have Bless and Silence. He is going to cast Bless on the holy symbol that he made.
Nice.
To make sure that it is
official.
Official. Set up with Lycion. He gives it a little kiss. He holds it to his head as he remembers his friends and their symbolism inside.
Awesome.
The other spell that I don't know if that counts as a +1 if we need it also in case when we go through the door, but
it does. It does as long as it lasts. Yeah.
Okay. He will also prepare Silence. He's not going to cast that just yet.
Okay.
Level 3, he prepares Continual Light. And he casts it immediately up on his holy symbol again. That worked out well.
Gotcha.
But this time he's not giving it away to anybody. So
smart.
He's learned his lesson.
Learn that lesson. Yeah.
Okay. And for his level 4 spell, is cure serious wounds. And you know what? He's going to cure his own serious wounds.
Very good.
Which is, I believe, the same 2d6 plus 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, double ones. Brutal.
Double ones.
4 hit points, though.
Okay. 4. That that's he's up to 12 now. That's
I think I know what happened here, Matt. So Lysion just worked out what happened to that other holy symbol. It's inside a turtle, and eventually it's going to be moved outside the turtle. And I'm not sure it's still blessed at that point. And he's a little cross with you.
Well, I like to think that it's lighting the way for my poor friend who's no longer with us.
There you go. That's one interpretation.
Okay.
Lysion views it as indirect blasphemy.
I am really sorry about that.
If it helps, John, I was fairly drunk when I was eating, so there is alcohol surrounding that.
Okay.
You guys are fishing for every little edge.
You were a little bit crazy to do it, so he likes that too.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, Lisbeth is going to prepare her 2 level 1s.
Okay.
Animal friendship.
Very good.
And invisibility to animals, just in case we have to go back towards Turtle Land.
Get that turtle.
All right.
Yep.
And who has the most hit points right now?
Her level 2 spell, come on, give me a second, is Cure Light Wounds, and she's going to keep that in the chamber just in case.
I'm not suggesting it, but just in case you overlooked it, there is that locate plant or animal spell as well, right? You haven't been able to get a bead on like where that turtle is like retreating to, really.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Just,
I'm done with the turtle for now.
That's cool.
I'm hoping we don't need to.
Totally. I just want to make sure you didn't like gloss over it.
I did see that.
I'm going to come back after we raid a spaceship with some fucking bombs and just lob them into that water.
To be clear, did you speak with animals or animal friendship?
Animal friendship.
Animal friendship and invisibility to animals.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Cool. And you're keeping the cure light in reserve.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. I think
just in case somebody goes down.
No more spellcasters, right?
I used up all my spells. So.
Okay, so what are you actually sitting with now?
All I have left is silence.
That's it. Okay, So everybody else keep that in mind. Your primary spellcaster only has 1, and you're starting the day. You are at so it is 8 a.m. because that's the official start of a day, and we will start fresh. You've got the continual light, so you don't have to need to worry about lanterns and torches.
This is now the 3rd of Jelenos.
The 3rd, yes, that's correct. Yep, the 3rd of Jelenos.
Matt, can I borrow your magic guide or your holy symbol for a few minutes?
And just a reminder as well that the clock keeps ticking in the rest of the world.
Speaking of the clock, it's break time, John.
It is break time. The first of a couple tonight because we have an extra long session. Hope everyone is enjoying it so far. We will be back in just a moment. All right, we're back. Beer's full, bladder's empty. Let's kick it. What are we doing?
All right. Mike, go ahead, man.
I'm ready. Hey,
Mike volunteers to go first.
So I actually will. I want to try and activate Little's cloak.
Okay.
My first use of it, right?
Right.
And if I remember correctly, and you guys, this is the way I wrote it down, I get 3 uses of the cloak. Each one of those uses is 3 turns.
Correct.
Okay. So that gives me 30 minutes of invisibility.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Uh-huh.
So why don't you pass me the...
Sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just making a joke that it looks much better on Darius than it did on Weir. It's very appropriate on you. Yeah.
So I'm just going to say, like, why don't I take the cask, which might be protection from whatchamacallits, right?
Yeah, protection from evil, right?
And then go invisible anyway. And then the one problem is a light source in there. That's the only problem is, like, I don't have the infravision.
Where are you planning on going?
We can open the door and have the lantern light.
Not the lantern, my symbol.
Yeah.
Or your new symbol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I want to be able to search the room. If I'm not triggering Hammer Arden Ted, I want to search the room for any kind of mechanism that might deactivate the statue or give us some indication about how to bypass it or something like that, you know?
Well, so, I do have a theory on that. Whoever goes in first And this is like thinking back to the inscription, like there've been like helpful inscriptions everywhere. And one of the last Mithric things that we learned was in the room with the big statue of her, which was said, what was it? Let all persons honor the sacrifices of Arden.
Yeah.
So if you invoke her name and say that we're here to honor her sacrifices, that might be enough to.
Well, what I'm hoping is that I'm going to be ninjaing by her and not even have to worry about that. You know.
So if you've got the cloak on and you're invisible and you've got the coffer, you may not know which one's doing anything.
True. Well, no, that's not true, because if she doesn't react to me at all, then that means the invisibility is working, right? If she is reacting to me and trying to hit me but can't hit me, then that means the cask is working. And if she reacts to me and then kills me, well, then none of them are working.
Now we don't have a coffer anymore or a cloak.
No, you just got to fish my body out of the room. You'll get it back.
Do you know
right.
too that the cloak gives you +2 AC, right?
Oh yeah, it's on there, baby.
Okay, cool.
AC 15.
Yeah.
So, all right. And I'm willing to do this for you, my friends, for you. Do you want me to go in without the cask? I'm actually okay trying out the invisibility first, because she reacted so fast to that body being pulled that if I step into the room and she's not reacting to me at all, then I will make another attempt and go a little bit further into the room. Also, if we hear the magic mouth start chanting at us in Mithric, then we know we're pretty much fucked.
Don't forget too
right?
that there was a break between sessions between the first voicing of the magic mouth and then the second one that seemed to cause something to.
Did one of them sound like a question? You know how you can't, if you don't know a language, sometimes you can still hear the question,
Yes.
right? So
no, there's a very good question. It did not sound like interrogative, but it was definitely much more neutral and pleasant. Like it let out like a long stream. It's like it said something. Mm-hmm. Everything remained quiet. Then we broke the session, but there was actually like no actual, there was a little bit of time as you were like, okay, it said something, nothing actually happened. And you wait a little while, and then you were like, okay, let's do crowbar and rope. And then when you started to move the body, that's when the mouth said something that was much more like harsh and short.
Like password now or something.
Yeah. Or you're fucked, buddy.
I mean, it's gotta be just like with what we've deduced about this, the function of this space. She's probably saying, state your intentions. What are you here to do? Are you worthy to, like John in the thing that it said, could we make out anywhere where it said Arden at all? Like even if we don't understand Mithric, we could pick out that name.
You would be able to pick out that word. No, did not. In addition to, don't forget too, that you never actually entered into the room. So you only heard the voice. I'm telling you it's a magic mouth, but you never actually got to see the form that magic mouth took. Oh. So you don't know what the southern end of this room looks like, to be specific.
Fair. All right, so let's dial back on the navel gazing, John. I activate the cloak. I'm going to step into the room.
Do you have the coffer or no?
Nope. To Ted's point, I'm going to go without the coffer first. And then if it doesn't react to me, then I'll give it a turn, right? Of it not reacting to me, then I will proceed into the room.
Okay, so you open the door as before. What did I say? It swings inward towards the room, right? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to push.
Yeah, you pushed and it moves seamlessly through. You are completely invisible, and you don't step into the room. You wait, right? Is that what you said?
No, I step into the room once I'm invisible.
Okay, all right. Once you're invisible,
you stay close, right?
Wait, now, assuming that we open the door and the hammer Arden is back on her plinth.
Yes.
And not just waiting, ready to like smash me.
Okay. I'll give you the sequence of events, but I won't put you in any danger until you say something. You open the door just like you did before. You look into the room. Everything appears to be the exact same, except for the moved body, which is now even more pulped than it was before. The statue is exactly back in the center of the room in the exact same pose, but now there is actual like goo dripping from one of the hammers. All right. And in addition, in the exact same frame of time, the moment you open the door and you visualize this, you can hear the magic mouth make that declarative statement one more time, like a neutral, genuinely pleasant statement in Mithric. Okay. And then there's just silence. And then you have to tell me how long you wait before you step into the room.
I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to cross the threshold into the room and be ready to retreat.
Okay. You step into the room. It's still silent. You have not turned back around to take a look at the back wall, just to be clear. Nothing seems to happen. It's been probably about 15, 20 seconds.
I'm going to turn around and look at the back wall and see if I can see where the voice is coming from.
Okay. On the back wall, it's bare, but there is another, the back of the stone. Remember, the door itself is stone. On the stone itself is carved another face of Arden. And don't forget too that the eastern and western walls have 10-foot tall carvings of a stylized face, right? On the walls, and they're in that kind of socio-realist fascistic sort of style, right? But on the door itself here, not the walls, there is another face that is of Arden, similar to the others that are on the eastern and western walls, and her mouth was actually speaking the words. Okay. In addition, you can see that her eyes, there is nothing carved in the eyes. They are small oval sockets.
Pass me the ring. Pass me the ring. Pass me the ring. Pass me the ring. Pass me the ring.
I'm doing it. Jeez.
But we only have one though.
Well, don't worry. I'm right by the door. John, I'm gonna take the ring. I'm gonna try and press it into the oval socket. You said it was in her eye?
Both of her eyes are both oval sockets.
Shit, what if we need two?
That's what I was saying. 2 eyes.
I try one.
Okay, so do you have the ring on and you're pressing it like
yes.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it does. You're lining it up. And you're like, holy shit, and you're like, chink, and it fits in. And you can see when you're about to do it, the mouth was opening to say something, right? And you could see that the statue starts to move a little bit, and then you put it right into place, right? And you can actually hear the statue go chunk chunk back to its form again, and you hear you hear some sort of mechanism near the hinges of the door. You hear some sort of click, like a sharp click.
Oh, we can.
And
get
I don't
back
die.
in.
Or I should say, I'm not by the hinges, by the lock part of the other side of the door.
Oh, you die, sure.
You do not die. Nothing happens. It looks like the mouth was about to speak. The statue was about to animate. You put the ring in, and everything stopped.
Oh, well done.
Nice.
You guys know that if we can evict Eustace, this whole area is like a base for us, right?
So you were standing in the midst of some of the strangest corpses you've ever seen. A very deadly statue standing in the middle of the room, and there is a closed normal door to the north.
Okay.
Why don't you check that? You want to check the door?
Yeah, I'll go listen. John, I'm going to keep... Which way is the statue facing? Is it facing the other ways, or it facing the door that we just came through?
It's actually facing the north. It's facing north.
Okay.
So
she is there to guard...
Right.
What's that?
It wasn't facing Invisible Mike.
It was not, no.
So she's actually there to guard against people coming through that door. So this has got to be like the entrance to this whole Arden area.
So you come in, it talks to you, and you've got a few seconds to cross the room and put your ring in the socket and turn the system off. Like any alarm system at your house. So you've got a few minutes after you unlock the front door to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's
makes sense.
Like it all stopped moving. Nothing's smashing
moving. And Darius is standing there in the midst of those corpses.
Darius, go check that door, man.
I am still invisible.
Yeah, all right, go check the door.
All right, I'm John. I'm going to go listen at the other door. I'm not going to touch it or open it or anything like that.
Okay, seems like a normal Arcantian door, heavy oak or heavy wood with iron bands.
Is there a lock mechanism into the door? The door?
Mm-mm. There's a handle.
Okay. I'm going to listen at the door.
Listen at the door. Taking a turn to listen. Very good. Why don't you roll? Go ahead.
Nope.
What do you do? You got 2 turns left on invisibility.
I'm going to start looting the bodies.
Very good. Which one?
Okay.
Well, John, I'll just start as the ones closest to the northern door and work my way south.
All right. So you guys just see like the bodies sort of shift and move and like little pieces of cloth and like armor.
I pick up one of the hands and I wave to the group with it.
Sword floats in midair and it gets tossed to the side when he realizes it's not magical. You know that.
A shirt, make a phone call.
Okay. So on the battered corpses of the ancient Archontians, you find that there are 2 normal kite shields, ancient, beautiful, but perfectly serviceable. And also 3 Archontian gladii that can, normal short swords, but gladii. And you can see that, let's see, who do we have in here? Right. So you can't make heads or tails of this mechanized spider thing. Like you've never seen anything like it. You up close now and kind of peering at it, you can 100% confirm that it has no relation at all to any of the high tech that you've come across before. Like nothing looks the same. It definitely looks more of like a steampunk sort of thing if you're going for a genre rather than high sci-fi. Okay. So there's nothing like you would have to take the whole thing, or you would have to break it apart if you wanted to take some sort of memorabilia. It's not like doesn't have anything on it that you could take. You know what I mean?
How big is it if you wanted to carry it out of there?
It's the bulk of it is sort of like a human body in general bulk, I would say. You know what I mean? So it's not like huge, towering over or anything like that, but it's pretty heavy. You definitely can't pack it away. You would have to drag it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Who else have we got here? The lizard men, right? The lizard men have nothing, like they're not wearing any armor at all. There is a smattering of money that is scattered on the ground. You can see that there are 37 ancient silver pennies. So that means like actually 37 gold worth. There are 29 ancient gold solidi, which are worth quite a substantial more. 55 normal modern silver pieces and 39 normal gold pieces. On the lone human adventurer, he has a platinum band around his middle finger on his right hand that is worth 200 gold. So it's a pretty nice, normal, well-made
John,
platinum
I just
band.
put that on.
Okay, cool. So make sure you note it. It's a 200 gold platinum band. I'll just tell you right now, it's just not magical, so don't worry about it, Ted. What's interesting about the adventurer is that he's actually not wearing a helmet, but what he is wearing is a strange red and yellow knit cap, which has extended ear protectors and strings for tying underneath the chin. You know what I mean? Like a little Russian sort of cap, you know?
Like that one guy from Firefly, you mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Exactly.
I immediately put that on my head too, John.
Okay. Okay, so an interesting thing.
You're very dumb.
An interesting thing comes over.
I'm not wise. I'm not wise.
So the moment, so you see like this weird knit. You guys see this weird knit cap sort of rise up into the air at head height, and then move down slightly and then disappear. Right, Darius. Once you have it on you, 2 feelings kind of come over your mental state. One is that you feel like your mind is shielded somewhat from attack, right? Like you just kind of feel like nothing could bother you. You know what I mean? Any sort of hostile intentions are just going to roll right off of you. That's what, you know what I mean? You just feel at peace with your mind. And in fact, that's the second part of this is that peace sort of comes over you so much that you just all natural tendencies to kill. You're sort of like you're like what's his name from Grosse Point Blank, John Cusack from Grosse Point. You guys seen that movie?
Yeah.
So you start to, like him,
popcorn.
you have like an existential crisis in the midst of feeling this. Like you're like, why do I kill people for a living? I don't need to do that. I feel like I should just hang up my sword. You know, I just raised in level and I'm feeling pretty good. It's like, is it worth it doing all this? And you just have a feeling that you're just not going to be as competent in combat anymore because you just don't have the drive. You don't have the drive to kill anymore, man.
Can I take it off? You
can take it off. And then your normal shittiness.
I take it off and I throw it at the goblin.
And you're feeling violent once more.
Yes, thank you.
Mort will pick it up and offer it to Lyta.
Oh, Lyta is all for me? For me?
Oh, you're going to get poop all over it. Oh.
No,
I mean,
did you mean Elizabeth?
No, I mean Lyta, as in like,
what
I don't
a
want
pretty
her,
kitty. She says, pretty kitty. And she takes the hat and she starts to like stroke it a little bit. Like the fur on the hat.
You're supposed to wear it, kid.
Kitty on the head.
There you go.
And you can see like her eyes sort of roll back a little bit. And she's like, and just like a beatific smile sort of spreads from ear to ear. And she's just sort of nods and she's like, yeah.
I don't think she was going to backstab us, but maybe less so now.
Just in case, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Anything else in there, John?
No.
Besides your cursed magic items?
that is it.
Okay. All righty.
I'm going to say a turn went by collecting treasure. It is now 8:20 a.m.
You got one invisible turn left?
No, I think I have two, right? Because that was one turn to go running in there.
Yeah,
one listening, one for treasure.
Right, correct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So one turn left. John, I'm going to take the crowbar.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hook it around the handle of that door to the north.
Okay.
And I'm going to just ease it open very gently, standing off to one side. Ease it open very gently.
Yeah, it opens normally. Has a little bit of a creak to it, like it hasn't been opened in some time, but other than that, it opens like a normal door.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't see shit beyond there because I'm sure it's dark.
It is dark. What are we talking about here? You're not using any light, right?
Avaricios's daylight is shining 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would just reach the edge of the door.
Okay, so I would say that you can definitely tell that when the door opens, the edge of the light illuminates just briefly. That right there at the door, there is a stairway that goes straight up to the north.
Okay.
All right.
That's not really what we are looking for, guys. God damn it.
What? It's stairs. Stairs go up.
We don't want to go up. We just want it to go out. Right at the bottom of the waterfall. Let us out.
Up is next to out. We got this.
It makes sense. It makes sense. We're probably under some sort of other Legionnaire type level, some Arcantian, base. This would be, it makes sense, right? Put your secret ritual stuff under it.
John,
I buy it.
While I'm in the threshold of that door, I'm going to deactivate the cloak so that I'm visible.
Deactivate, okay.
And I want to see if the statue is going to react.
The statue does not react.
Sweet. Okay. I'm going to open the door wide.
Query. Did the ring get left in the face on the door, or did you socket it and then take it with you?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. It didn't grab onto the ring, right? Like it just...
No, you have it with you.
Okay.
So we might need you to come back. Yeah.
2 turns. Right. Okay, so you took off the cloak. All right. Yeah, so nothing happens.
I'll bet, Matt, it resets after a period of time.
Yeah,
it resets when the door is shut, like the door you guys are standing at is shut.
Well, let's let's give it a test. So Elizabeth will take out the coffer. She'll hold Yakin's bone, so it's out. But Njal will, with her behind, he'll step into the room and see if the statue. Either the face on the wall talks or the statue starts moving when he comes in.
So, okay. So when you, okay. So wait, so who's going in? Njal and Elizabeth?
Njal and Elizabeth is just like, she's going to stay in the door just to see what happens.
Yeah.
But she's going to keep him within that radius just to make sure.
Okay. So he's not stepping into the room. He's just on the threshold.
He will go in and she'll stay 10 feet behind.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. When y'all steps through, the declarative statement is uttered from the mouth of Arden, from the southern door, stone door once again.
Oh, come back in to the
Wait,
ring.
I'll just run over. I'm going to stick my hand in the socket again.
Okay. Everything, nothing happens. You're still in that kind of period between the two statements, so you can't really tell if it was effective, but nothing happens.
I think we should all just hustle right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Everybody run across the room while Mike stands there with the ring in the eye.
Okay.
Entire party.
Let's do it.
Moves in, and
then if nothing kills us, we go through the other door.
Okay.
And then Mike follows on.
Okay. If that's your plan, nothing happens. And you move through the door. As you're moving through, do you shut the door behind you when you're on the
Yes, that was what I was just going to say. I shut both the secret door with the magic mouth and the door to the north as on the last one through.
Okay, cool. When you shut the secret door, the magic mouth makes its sort of disappointed the sentence, like it says something short and kind of angry. And you, as you're like hustling past the statue, you can see it starts to animate and turn its head toward your retreating form. But you're able to get through the northern door and slam it shut before it can reach you.
Even though I had the ring socketed in the eyeball.
But you took it out, right?
I thought I had it in there the whole time, so it's okay. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
I think I understand how this works. It's like what Ted was saying. You come into the room, it makes a declaration. You go put the ring in the thing, and it resets the trap. And then you can open the door and manipulate the door. And then if you're out of the room within a certain time frame, I guess then you're fine.
Yeah, it expects you to go forward to do the trials. You got to go do it. You make it this far, you got to go.
Yep.
This is an amazing secret base idea, guys. We just got to go with Vic Eustace. We got to get Matt 3 more levels and go.
Okay, so you have left these chambers, and you are now in a very dark, 10-foot wide passage that is a staircase that goes directly north. Using Avaricios's continual light on his holy symbol, you can see that it does extend for 30 feet, and it just keeps going on in the darkness after that.
And it stairs the whole way?
Stairs the whole way.
Are you comfortable doing your infravision trick?
Yeah, so Mort will give you the old... we don't have any more rope, though, do we?
I have my 50-foot length.
Oh, you've got rope. Okay.
That we use for the crowbar.
Y'all have some rope, too.
So we'll do the tie a rope onto Mort thing, and he will move ahead. And you got to put Ignis out, or it'll screw up my heat vision, man.
She hasn't sheathed. We're fine.
All right. So Mort will move, just outside the continual light radius and sneak forward looking for heat sources.
Okay, very good.
John, what I will be I will do the lead of the back party, or me and Yost or Niall or whatever. While I'm going to be I want to be inspecting the floor for pit traps or whatever that, Mort might have skirted around that we didn't know about. So I'm going to be looking for traps while we go.
Very good.
I think if I've been counting right, I think we have 2 more turns on Bless.
Bless has...
Yeah, we did. It's 6. It's a 6-turn duration. There were 3
correct. Yep.
in the room,
Yep.
1 going up the stairs. So 2 more.
2 more. Okay, so you get in your marching order. Marching orders, rope. Mark goes ahead with infravision. Darius leading the rest of the party. And you make your way up the stairs. The stairs go north for quite some time before they start to circle, or not circle, but start to make their way in long looping corners up and up and up with no end in sight.
350 feet up?
I could tell you if you want to commit to going until the stairway ends. Do you want to go all the way?
Yeah. John,
are there any other passages? Do we come to any other passages off the door? Yeah.
Wow. That's intense. Any graffiti, anything on the walls at all in the stairwell?
Nothing on the walls. It's pretty bare. It's clean. Definitely hasn't been traveled in some time, but it's very well worked. It looks well made. You know that sort of thing. You don't come across anything, but it takes you some time because you go upwards for what you estimate to be about 700 feet.
Holy cow.
Wave goodbye to this level, everybody. It's been fun. And so that is going to take you moving at 98 turns. So your bless is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is now 9:40 in the morning. Okay.
So how far up did you say?
700 feet.
This is
like a up, turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left kind of.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
John, does this remind us of the stairwell that we found that went really far down into the secret area that we haven't had a chance yet to explore?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Similar. I mean, it's not as mirror image or anything like that, but
it's just similar
depth,
okay.
similar work. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. All right. Oof. So let's see here.
I was not expecting that.
Ted, why don't we move over to the mapping tutorial to the right? And it was a very fun video, but I think it served its purpose. So why don't we get rid of what you got there and let's use this as our new one.
I can delete that. Let me just lasso that. That was a good video. I hope everyone watched it more than once.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. I got a nice clean map. Any suggestion on where I start?
Yes. Let me get over to my map. The answer key, as it were. Are you ready, folks? There we
That's
go.
crazy.
You just changed the name above Chambers of Arden?
Yes, I just changed it, yeah.
Can you add onto that map 8?
Map 8, sure.
Yeah. I'll number like I did before.
So I'm hoping, just while we're doing this, I'm hoping, Av is hoping that the presence of a warm, flaming, glowing magic sword, as well as significant progress up and maybe out, is helping to boost Lisbeth's spirits a little bit.
Yes, everyone's when everyone has been on the staircase long enough to realize that they are leaving this level, spirits start to rise a little bit. Lyta is she basically is behind and she's basically whispering. She shouts it at first, but then of course you guys all shush her. But she's like escape, escape, escape. We're on a trip. We're on a trip. We're on a trip. And she's got her knit cap squarely put on her head, But yeah, Elizabeth is quiet, but she seems to be in good spirits relatively.
Okay.
But everyone knows that there's still danger that lurks ahead because it's not like you see sunlight or anything like that. You know what I mean? Which is what everyone was hoping to see. Okay.
Hold on. We know that the cliffs are 1,500 feet high?
The cliffs are 1,700 basically, I think.
1,700 feet high. Okay. So we know that the level that Matt just mentioned is 750 feet down from the surface. And if we've just come up 700 feet,
mid,
ish, we're either right at the surface, we're about to pop out,
or the pool of water was right there at the bottom, man.
Of course, yes, that's right. We're at the bottom, so now we are
midway,
right in the middle, or
ish.
Okay, nice, Ted.
Interesting.
Well done.
Interesting.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right, folks at home.
Okay.
Feast your eyes on this guy.
But see, that's just mean. We can't see it.
You cannot. They can. All right. So, Ted, can you see me? Can you see my ping?
I can see your cursor, yeah.
Okay. You're going to want to be... you know what? Okay. So, Ted, we're going to... this map is not at the right scale, so it's no problem mapping at it, but we're going to have to transfer all your drawings over to a fresh one that we need to make. Okay. At some point with a better scale. But in the meantime, basically right here-ish.
And should I just draw the top of a staircase coming up from the south?
Not yet. Let me just take a look, but just keep your pointer there.
All right, let me. Oh, I just. I
Okay,
lost
so
it.
at the point where it debouches, at the point where you're about to debouche onto the whatever level you're going to be on, you're actually at this point heading directly south and upwards on a staircase. All right. So the final part is 40 feet of 10-foot wide staircase going from the north to the south upwards before there is an archway that leads into a chamber. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to do this a little bit differently. Okay. There we go. And let's just get right there. Okay. So.
Oh, I give Matt back that ring, by the way, John.
That's Mort's, actually.
Oh, yeah. Mort was carrying it.
Okay, cool. Make sure you note it on your character sheets.
Ugh, it's doing that dumb thing. Okay, so
I wonder if there's a way to like lock that level or something. Like maybe that's why they're. Who knows?
Okay.
Well, we locked the door to the staircase like on our way out, right?
Oh no, I was talking like a map thing.
Oh.
Let's see here. How do I want to do this? I'm going to draw a line in blue like that. And we're going to put a little text here. 700 feet down to Arden.
Trials?
Yeah,
the Trials of Arden, right? Isn't that what we were calling them?
There we go. Yeah. Okay. So we come up.
Yep.
Huzzah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Checking a thing. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay, so there's an archway that leads to the south, and it debouches into a very strange room. It's actually circular, and the diameter of the room is 40 feet. So it's a 40-foot circular room.
Okay.
You are entering in from just to the east of due north. Okay.
Okay, so that the circular room does
like
something
if there's
like that.
Yeah.
Like,
there,
or the other side, I think.
yeah, correct, Matt. Yeah. So you're coming. You're
I did
just
it west, didn't I?
yeah.
Well, gosh darn it! I just don't know what to tell you.
There's no circle template on this thing?
There is, but it's a full circle, and I can't put breaks in it easily.
So, right. So it's a 40-foot diameter circular chamber. There are 4 exits, including your own, that are all archways leading out of the room. Each one of them is at a cardinal direction. However, each of them is sort of one shifted over to from the actual cardinal. You know what I mean?
All right, let me draw it like this then. So my center point is right there.
That's correct.
Okay, so then I got one that's shifted that way. So I've got an exit here. I've got an exit here.
Yep,
and I've got an
it, Ted.
Here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Now, there. Let's see. Is it? Yeah. So it's dark. You walk into the room. In the center of the chamber, there is a 25-foot tall hexagonal pillar with 5 feet per side, basically 5 feet per, that is made out of blue marble. it used to be tiled. Both the so the chamber itself is domed, and it looks like the ceiling of the dome used to be sheathed in blue tile. The hexagonal pillar that is rising up to the ceiling as well used to be be covered in blue tile as well. However, about 75% of that tile has basically disintegrated onto the ground, revealing the blue marble underneath the pillar. So the floor is covered in blue dust and debris, basically. But and I mean everywhere. But there is a clear path, like you can easily see it, that has been basically pushed the dust aside, the dust and debris aside, that can be seen leading eastward through the eastern archway. Okay, everything
like to
else.
This staircase?
No, the eastern archway.
Right, but going where?
Oh, it's so it looks like they. It looks like it was, interestingly enough, it does not seem to be coming into the room. It's only like a path that's leading from the pillar out to the eastern side. Okay.
Huh.
Like that.
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a pathway.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. On each side of the pillar itself, at face height, there is carved a bas relief of a face. Okay, each face is different. Right now, from where you're coming in, you can basically see two faces, like on two of the facets, right? So there's actually, Ted, like a point of the hexagon is actually facing directly north. So you just want to kind of shift the hex, like, you know what I mean, if it matters to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. As you debouche into the room, Mort, the northeastern face is of a very handsome young man with super lively eyes, a very trim beard, and empty sockets where the eyes should be. But the face itself has been defaced. The nose is broken, the features have been worn down, and there is ancient graffiti that has been scrawled across the face. Unfortunately, that graffiti is in Mithric. The face there's something familiar about it. Like you've seen the face before. You can't remember if it was in person or from a book or something like that, or a description of someone, but you just can't quite make it out.
One of the 20, maybe.
You're just not sure. But there's something is familiar about it. But what's interesting is that it says something as you enter into the room.
Shit.
Yup. And it says it like in a pleading tone, and the eyes themselves seem to animate, like the whole head seems to sort of animate, right? As it says this, and it says it in modern Arcantian, and it says in a sort of mournful tone, it says, "I cannot see the path. Help me to see clearly."
It's not like Osric or one of our other dead characters, is it?
No. I'm telling you, this isn't like me calling for you to conjure up your own memories. Like it's just something like your characters probably may have come across, but it's impossible to know without further.
There wouldn't have been any reason to memorize that face. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
The shape of the eyes, where the eyes are missing, John, it looked like someone was removed, right?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Like gemstones pried from the eyeballs or something like that.
Possibly.
How big are the indentations that they have?
Kind of what you would assume, but it doesn't. If you're thinking about the ring, it doesn't look like it would fit.
Doesn't match that.
Yeah, it doesn't match that. On the northwest one, which is the other face that you can see without moving too much around the room, Mort, you are surprised and delighted to see, Mort, that it is a wizened goblinoid face with pointed ears and pointed teeth and a grinning mouth. The nose, however, is absent, leaving a 3-inch diameter hole that is at least 1 foot deep into the pillar. Okay.
Now, when you say the nose is absent, it like snapped off or never was there?
It looks like it was snapped off or broken off or worn down or something like that. It's like a jagged hole.
All right. Mort's going to step into the room and kind of sidling along the curved wall to the west there. to get a better look at this goblin and maybe see if the nose is lying on the floor somewhere.
Okay.
And beckon to everybody else that they should come on up.
In the northern portion of the room, you don't see any signs of it. Most of the debris on here is just basically, blue dust, like blue chunks of blue tile, things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So Av and company will come in to shine the light. While he does that, look at the dust, and I'm going to go tuck in that kid, and I'll be right back in a minute.
Sure.
So, does the goblin voice say anything? Does the goblin face say anything?
It does not speak, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So Ted, obviously, like someone's coming from the east, defacing the statues or breaking the statues or like whatever, and then going back the way they came, right? Like, so the nose is probably eastwards or like whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's a reasonable guess. Yeah.
It seems to be like actually like there's relatively clear of debris in the immediate area around the entire pillar. I mean, within like a couple of feet. And then only the clear path continues to the east.
Can we tell, John, like what kind of footprints are clearing this path? Like maybe on the edges of the cleared area where someone might have stepped, where there's still a lot more powder or whatever, to see if they're like man-sized or smaller or bigger or anything like that?
Fortunately, it's too hard to tell because it's just a wide path that has been cleared. But the path looks like it was made
on the edge of the path, like on the edge of the path or something.
Fortunately not. There's no extant footprints of any sort. But the width of the path makes you think it's probably meant to accommodate, a humanoid or smaller person.
If Mort's standing roughly on the map there where it says 8-1, and as Matt or whoever's got light source comes in, he wants to look around the corner down that western hallway.
Sure. So down the western hallway, it's actually a staircase that goes directly upward and westward, and it goes for 30 feet before dwindling off in the darkness. However, at the after 20 feet, at like the 20-foot mark, there is a pass. It looks like it rounds a corner to the north. And also continues onward towards the west.
So, what, like a landing at the 20-foot mark, or a landing at the 30?
There's actually no landing. It's kind of weird. There's it's like the stairway kind of goes up, but then there's like a passageway that kind of juts off to the right off the stairs.
Here,
after 20 feet, yeah, at the 20-foot mark, yeah. But so that is not a stairway, though, Ted. It's a passageway.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I thought you said, yeah, okay. What? That is weird.
Okay, so what do you do?
Can I go do the same thing at the southern passage?
Sure. So looking in the southern passage, you can see that also is a stairway, but it is going down. And that one also goes for 30 feet before disappearing. As you kind of circle around Darius, you can kind of get a bead on some of the other faces. So, as I said, on the northeast was the speaking, handsome young man, right, with missing eyes. On the northwest was the goblin with no nose. On the west is the long, narrow face of a man with a pronounced cranium, a sharp chin, and a crooked nose, like almost like a caricature of someone, like an ugly person, right? At the man's throat is an ibis medallion. The pupils of the face are smaller than normal. They're about half-inch in diameter, and are so in the face they appear smaller than what the face has been carved to look like. However, the eyes themselves are large, and the eye sockets themselves, I should say, are large and circular, not oval.
This is on the western face?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll call this Ibis Man or Cranium Man?
I think Ibis Man. Does he look like a priest, John?
It does give you the impression that there might be like a caricature of like a priest of Thoth. Yeah.
But not a kind one, but not like a nice caricature.
Not a kind one. Now, something happens.
Oh, shit.
Before you do that, you said there's a passageway that went down. Which one was that?
The southern passageway goes down. It's a staircase for 30 feet. Now, Mort doesn't have time to realize that. Darius does quickly as he kind of rounds the corner. But I'm going to say that both Mort and Darius are kind of circling around at the same time. As you basically line up with the eye line of that of the priest of Thoth on the western side, Avaricios and the rest of the party, you see them blink out of existence, just gone. Okay.
Well, what did you guys do? What did you guys do?
I feel like you did that, John, just because Matt was coming back right then.
It couldn't have been more perfect. Okay, give me a.
So I have my backup character here ready. That's cool.
You are not dead, but you are no longer there. Okay.
He split the party, John.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second.
Where's
his toilet?
All right, let me take a quick break while I suss out a room description. I'll be right back.
Oh, man.
Okay, we're back in action. I had to read a room description because things have changed a lot. So
I wish everyone out there had seen John's glee when he was like laughing and reading.
Exactly. Okay.
I think it was that half glee, half like terror because he doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the hell are we?
All right, so let's obviously stick with the momentum here first with Darius and Mort. Darius and Mort, you teleport. You feel nothing. Like there's no evidence other than the fact that you were one place and now you're another place, so you kind of take a step back in shock as you realize that where the hell are we? You know, so you are in a vast chamber. I mean a vast chamber, and you are in the middle. You are in the middle of the northern section of it between two broken pillars as you look down the barrel of this long rectangular chamber, and it is huge up above you. Like the what are we talking here? Nothing, right? Complete darkness, right? So only Mort can see anything. The vague
Mort's like, I don't know this Darius guy. Bye.
Right. All right. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give you the dimensions as far as 60 feet in either direction, Mort, but just be aware. So I need you, for the purposes of this.
For mapping, just pick a random spot on this map that's very far away from where you were drawing before. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. You are in a chamber that, as far as you can see, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is exactly 60 feet east to west. It is perfectly rectangular. Okay, so 60 feet.
60 feet
east to west.
West.
Yeah. You are directly in the middle. So you're like 30 feet in, standing between two broken pillars that are 10 foot to either side of you.
Okay.
Hold
on. I gotta make like a marker for me and Darius, I think. Okay. I'm just putting an inside that.
And you are 10 feet south of the northern wall.
So, but like right in the middle.
Right there. You got it. Exactly.
And then I've got
two broken pillars 10 foot to the west and the east of you.
I don't have a pillar marker. Okay. So let's do this again here. So there's like a pillar here.
Yep.
I want it to be a little bigger. How big are the pillars? Pretty big?
It takes over the intersection there, yeah.
All right, let me make it a little bigger.
Okay, and it goes south. The room goes south for at least 60 feet before your infravision sort of dies away. Okay?
And the ceiling is visible or not?
No. So the ceiling is so massive that it at least goes up 60 feet before it just continues going beyond your infravision. So
is it worked stone, John, or is it like natural?
He doesn't see the ceiling. That's the thing. It's like the
wall, right? The wall right by us and the floor.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just giving
Okay. So basically, John, that's what we see right now, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Yep. So, let's see. So it looks like for the first 25 feet of wall height, looks like it was originally plastered and decorated with images of Thoth. But there's not a lot remaining. You can see that there is one on one of the walls where it's like a side view of Thoth with his left arm horizontal to the ground and pointing, and his right arm against his thigh. The hall is dark. You can see that there are brackets for a bunch of torches that still exist, like sconces that still exist on the walls. Interestingly enough, in the sconces on the walls, there are torches unlit in the sconces, fresh torches. Okay. So it looks like there are 40-foot tall freestanding columns that once lined this hall, but the ones that you can see have been thrown over. So, Ted, you can see that, let's see, 30 feet beyond the first set of pillars to your right and left, there is another set that are also thrown over, have been toppled.
So, here?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, but we'll call this
So they were freestanding, right? They only reached up 40 feet, which is not the entire height of the chamber because it goes on beyond that. But all four of the ones that you can see have been toppled over, right? There are...
We see four?
Well, the one to your right and left, and then the two ahead of you.
But the ones right and left of us are also knocked over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that somehow.
Yeah. Okay. The another noticeable thing that you notice immediately is that there is very little dust here at all. All right.
John?
There are scorch marks that are easily noticeable on the floor and the walls, and there are a large number of broken arrows that litter the ground. Okay. And let's see, is there any other, can you see any egresses? Yes. Okay. So at the 20-foot mark on the eastern wall, there is a passageway that goes east.
Right where I put all my text.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
And after
20-foot mark.
After the 20-foot mark, there is a passageway that goes east.
After the 20-foot mark. Okay. Yep. So.
And after the 50-foot mark, there is another passageway that goes east.
Okay.
All right.
So after the 50-foot mark. So right at the edge of my vision.
Pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't see anything pinging with your infravision. Let's see. I'm just want to make sure that I'm getting everything for you here. I apologize.
And no exits on the western wall.
None that you can see. Oh, wait. I'm lying. Totally lying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you can see that. So let's see. After the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right at the 50-foot mark, there is an open set of double doors.
No light from any of these, right?
No light. Yeah, you can't see anything at all, Darius. So the doors themselves are a massive pair of stone double doors.
All right.
And they appear to be scorched and cracked. And they're open at about a 20-degree angle or so, leaving about a 3-foot wide entrance between them.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Does it smell like dragon in here?
Nope. Good question, though. The doors appear to have some sort of carvings on each one of them that are different, but you can't quite make them out without getting closer or using real light. And I think that's probably about all you can see.
So is that door about right? What you're talking about there?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me check here. Sorry, everyone. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want the doors to be like the northern door to be on the 50-foot square. Yeah, and they're open, just so you be aware, right? The 3-foot wide passageway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Open into the room or away from out of the room?
They're open into your current room. Yup, just like that.
And Ted, nothing is pinging on your infravision, right?
Right.
John, I'm going to light a torch.
Okay, so you light a torch. All right, and it basically illuminates everything I said at this point. So you're also are kind of in the know now, but you're only 30 feet ahead of you there.
Can I go inspect the arrows?
Yes, you can.
I hope they're goblin arrows.
So yeah, they appear to be not ancient, like they appear to be quite modern, but they're pretty well made, serviceable.
Oh boy,
they not appear to be crude.
Longbow or
Okay.
short bow, or do they look like they're Arcantian? Is there any knowledge that I have about the fletching or anything like that they used?
You are Kumus, so I would say that you can definitely determine that they are not Kumus.
They come from Doc Brown's Arrow Emporium on 3rd Street in Gosterwick. These are the Saturday night special.
Those guys are the best.
Okay.
John, I
Darius,
lick
we're
my
screwed.
finger and I hold it up.
Yeah.
Is there a breeze anywhere coming in from this room?
There doesn't
Air
appear to
current.
be. Not really, no. I mean, there's a current, but it's just sort of kind of swirling around, probably just because of the natural height of the room itself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. I want to check something real quick. I'm sorry. You can go. You can keep talking.
I think we should move south and get the full lay of this room.
I agree.
With the torch, we still can't see the ceiling, right?
You cannot see the ceiling, but I'm checking to see if you can see something up there. I gotta check.
So
there's some
the
stuff.
scorch marks are, Ted. What are the
Yeah.
scorch marks?
What were the scorch marks again? I was trying to map and listen, and I'm afraid I
Everything
didn't
is
do it.
scorched. There's wide swaths of the ground are scorched. The doors are cracked and scorched. John said it doesn't smell like dragon in here, but I'm not really sure I believe him. So
How would you know what dragon smells like?
everybody knows what dragon smells like.
When have you been sniffing dragon?
Dude, they sell candles in Gosterwick.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So,
John,
yeah.
if like the walls are scorched, you say. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So Mort will rub his fingers on that. And does it come off like soot, or is it oily or greasy, or is the stone like burnt and it's just blackened stone, maybe a little melted, that kind of thing? What are we looking at?
It's more like soot. Yeah, more like that.
Like there was a raging fire in here, as opposed to the sort of heat thing we've seen from, say, alien stuff that's scorched.
No, it's not that extreme at all. No.
Yeah.
So you don't know about raging fire. And once again, I'm not saying like the entire place is scorched uniformly. There are scorch marks on the walls and the floor. All right.
Like a couple of wizards had a little fireball fight.
Possibly. Yeah.
All right. So should we move south, Mike?
Yeah.
I think we should. Let's move to here, John.
Okay. I'm going to describe up 30 feet beyond that, but I'm going to move back to the rest of the party with Matt. Okay.
And let's try and keep cover behind the broken pillars, Ted. Let's not saunter down the middle of the room.
Yeah. Okay. Move up to some cover behind a column.
Okay, not a problem. So I'm going to say kind of observing the room, then moving forward is going to take a turn.
Yeah.
You move forward, and the room basically continues for 30 feet south without any sort of interruption, really. Let's see. So at the 20-foot mark past the bottom of the double doors, there is a passageway that leads west.
So, at the 20-foot mark?
After the 20-foot mark, yeah.
After the 20-foot mark.
Mm-hmm.
So, like that?
Yes, correct. Uh-huh. Yep. And then there is another set of toppled pillars that is the same interval southwards.
So here and here.
Correct. That's right. Yep. And yet, even then, well, I should say that the Darius's torchlight dwindles, and it still shows that the room kind of expands outward. However, Mort, with your infravision, which extends beyond that torchlight, you're seeing there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you could see the actual far end of the room. So the room. So if you look at the 10-foot passageway to the west there, it extends another 20 feet beyond that passageway before it hits the southern wall.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there is first of all, there is a passageway to the east that is 10 foot north of that southern wall.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Interestingly enough, as well, is as you kind of step forward there and you were able to look at the passageways that you've passed that lead eastern, you can see that after 10 feet down those passageways, there are barricades, and they are identical.
Oh, fuck me.
Mm-hmm. They are. There is a 7-foot tall masonry wall that runs across the original hallway there, 10 foot down each of those hallways.
Wait. Oh.
We're in the middle of a no man's land, man. This is where they all come out and beat the shit out of each other.
So it's 7 feet tall, and it's definitely masonry that has been built recently out of the previous Arcantian stone. It's been repurposed, right? So it's 7 feet tall. The height of the corridor is 10 feet, like most of the corridors. Also, there is a 3-foot gap high up, right? That can
that's all three of the Easter. We haven't seen the third one.
You haven't seen the third one, but the first two are like that. And then there is another barricade, the same sort of one, but it is been built across the southern wall at the 20-foot mark coming from the west.
So, like something like that?
No. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. On the actual wall, on the southern wall, if you go 20 feet in from the west, there is a barricade right on the southern wall there.
Oh, is there a passage there that we can't see?
It possibly, yeah. It's a 7-foot tall piece of masonry, but there is, there's a 3-foot space above that appears to lead south.
I see.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Right where Matt's got his thing is exactly right. Okay.
Crikey.
Matt, thank you for being patient with us.
No problem.
Okay.
So you've got a barricade right there, same sort of masonry barricade. Now, in the far southeastern corner on the southern wall, it is completely choked with rubble. So something
far
broke.
South what corner?
Southeast corner on the southern wall. There's like a scree of rubble, and you can see that there was probably a passageway at some point leading directly south, but it's completely choked with rubble. All the way up to the
in this corner or 10 feet in?
In the corner, like that's really good, Ted. Yeah, and then it looks like that rubble continues to the south, but it's completely choked. Do you see what I'm saying?
Kind of like that.
Yes.
What we found in the other level there.
Correct. Exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I would say then, No, you can't see it. And then
Are there two more columns?
Yes, that's the last thing I was going to say. The last thing I want to note for you before we move over to Matt is that there is a couple of strange items that are embedded in the western wall. I know, Ted. Sorry. I'm sorry I'm describing rooms that are cool.
If I have a question, John.
Yeah.
Just point of order. If Mike and I explore a room that is different from a room that Matt explores, does that count towards the 5, or do we each have to hit the 5?
A member of the AV club has to.
Okay.
I total all of those up, right?
Okay.
So
items embedded in the wall.
Okay. It's very strange. You can only describe them in your head, Morton Darius, as the bell end of 2 horns, right? Like made out of horn, but also a horn, right? Like an animal horn, right?
Trumpet horn.
It's like a trumpet horn, but it's like made out of horn, right? Like a ram's horn, right? But it's like the bell end, and the bell end is facing outward into the room, and there are 2 of them. And they are, let me double check just to make sure.
Like as if a minotaur had rammed the wall and ripped his horns off, getting his head free, kind of thing. Are they like bloody stumps of horns?
No. It looks like they were deliberately carved in place, and they look really nice. It's like just like the bell end of a trumpet, and they've been embedded into the wall themselves, carefully placed as like. Looks almost decorative, but it's just sort of so weird and out of place. And there are 2 of them, and there is, so 1, 2. Okay, so one is literally straddling the 20-foot line on the western wall, coming down from the north.
Like right there.
Yep. And the other one is. The other one is straddling the line 10 feet to the south of that. Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mike, yeah.
Is there more scorch marks from the horn? Like, does it look like something was ejected from the horn that was like fiery oil or something like that?
Good question. No, you can't make any pattern out of that. All right.
Sweet.
So dwell on that, the 2 of you. We're going to move back to Avaricios and all of the retainers.
Like the way I figure it, I can die like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
Just like go through the line.
Okay, so you did witness it, Avaricios. You saw them kind of move west. They appear to kind of come right into the western line, right, and then just disappear, just gone.
Okay. All right, everyone. This is probably a good thing. What was it?
Is it though?
Oh, yeah. No, trust me. This is everybody. Listen, I've been at this a long time, and like Mort said the other day, we're very good adventurers. I think he said so. It was something to that effect. I think we're pretty good.
Where did Mr. Mark go? Where did he go?
Do not worry. This is all good. This is how it goes. This is how you bop around the dungeon and get out. Right. This is the way. Like,
if you say so.
Well,
so that's the way out, and she starts to move towards the western side.
Well, let me ask you something. Like, do you remember this room? From a long time ago?
Oh yes. Oh yes, the pillar. I remember.
And what do you remember? Did you come from that way? And he points to the eastern hallway with the clear path.
Let me check actually real quick. So would she remember? Yes. Okay. So she kind of peers around. She's sort of like tapping her lip and looking, and she stops for a minute, and she's like, kind of closes her eyes like she's playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and then she points towards the east. She's like, yep. Yep. And then she points and she kind of makes a circle as she shows that she kind of came from the east, moved around the eastern side, and then went to the north, which is where you guys came from.
All right.
That would have been really useful knowledge, Lyda.
Like 5 minutes ago.
You didn't ask. She was right there.
She's crazy.
I was like, oh no, I got this. All right. So from where we are, with some caution, I do want to see what the I can't move the PC thing. It's attached to the line. I do want to see. He would move up close enough so that he can see what.
What have I done?
We're now permanently attached to the wall. Just
Like
close
there?
enough to look and see what the face is facing east, and to look in that eastern hallway.
Okay. Okay.
No, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that we'll all get sent to the same place, right?
All right.
It's
So
true.
you're moving carefully around the east. So you pass the face that said those words before, right? You kind of remember that. I cannot see the path. I don't need to see it clearly. Nothing seems to happen as you pass by the face. You get to the eastern one. You see that this face here is a dignified middle-aged woman. She has an aquiline nose, which is distinctive for Arcantian people. It's a sign, like the more aquiline the nose, it's actually a sign of beauty, even to this day. Pursed lips and narrowed eyes. The pupils, similar to the pupils that that they would witness in the Priest of Thoth, are round. They're perfectly round in size, quite large.
Is it like hand sized or larger or
not hand sized. They look to be. Can you see my finger?
Yeah,
They're like this.
Okay.
Well, I can actually tell you. They're. I actually have the dimensions. They are 1 inch in diameter.
Oh, so like finger holes.
Yep. Okay.
Oh.
Who's just you, Avaricios, right? Just you.
Yeah, just me.
Okay. All right. So as you kind of come in and you kind of come alongside of that face and you see it, you wink out of existence.
Oh no.
Okay. Give me
Oh, I thought it was okay. They came this way before. Oh.
Okay. So you wink out of existence, Avaricios, and when in the very next second, the first thing that enters your mind is daylight, like the sunlight, like blinding sunlight everywhere, right?
Ooh.
And then the next second you realize is that, oh shit, I'm falling. And
Oh shit!
Oh no!
and you fall. You don't fall that far. You fall 10 feet, but you have no way of like catching yourself, or because you're so surprised. So you're gonna take a little bit of damage. It's okay. It's only 10 feet, so you're gonna take 4 points of damage.
Okay, that's bad.
As you are basically teleported in the middle of the air, and you drop 10 feet down onto a pile of rubble. And this pile of rubble that you are on is surrounded on all sides by the destroyed remnants of a vast and beautiful palace, one that you have entered before and witnessed one of your companions dying a horrible death within. One Vargar from quite some time ago.
What? See ya, suckers!
Yeah. So you land heavily and you kind of look around and you're like, am I where I think I am? And lo and behold, you are.
Oh.
Did the other people go with him?
Nope.
Well, see, now we're going to find out, who do they really love? Who do they really, really love?
Exactly, yeah. All right, so with that turn of events, we're going to take our second break of the night, and we will return Okay, we're back for the final run here. Okay, so here's the situation. Retainers, put them in the back of your mind. They're gone. You have no idea what's going on with them. The Avaricios is now in daylight. He is hurting and is lying atop the rubble of the palace ruins, basically in the middle of the city of Arden Vul, the ruined city. It is daytime. It appears to be the sun is in the sky, Avaricios, where you think it would be, right? Like time does not seem to have elapsed, right? So it's still like early morning, 9. What are we at? We're at 9:50ish in the morning. The on the other end, Darius and Mort are still deep within the dungeon. They're not exactly sure where they are. So this is what I'm going to do mechanically, I think, going forward until you guys come up with a better plan. Get your backup characters out, all of you, okay? And so that people aren't left out. When we switch between, you're going, and your main character is not present, you're going to be playing your backup characters. Okay?
That's awesome.
You understand?
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So, John, I was planning on being Njal as my backup. Should I not? Should I go to my rolled backup instead?
Yeah, you should go to your rolled backup for Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that Njal's now out, can't be, but Njal is obviously just cannot be your with the other guys.
Okay.
All right. So what, to the effect that Matt will use his rolled up backup character when we're with Mort and Darius and vice versa.
Yeah, although now that I think about it, we could just retcon it and make it easy. If Matt wanted to play Njal, that was the idea, then we could have Njal kind of ventured forward with Mort and Darius and disappeared with them. Would that just make it easier? I think.
Yeah,
I think that would be amazing because I would love to have a 5th level fighter with us with a shit ton of hit points.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. So
5th level goblin with a shit ton of awesome.
Yeah. So we'll say that Njal went with you. With Avaricios on the ruined city, I'm going to say that that the 2 backup characters that Mike and Ted are going to be playing were just 2 adventurers that had wandered up to the Broken Head, right? And then they were just exploring as a team, and the palace ruins were of course attractive. And then they see this cleric suddenly pop into existence in the air. And what they were doing is actually they were investigating. I don't know. This is so long ago. I mean, this must have been like episode 3 or 4 or something like that. I don't even remember. But I don't know if you remember, but the main palace used to have like a huge central dome, and then it was flanked on either side by lesser domes. But the western and central dome had collapsed, leaving only the eastern portion of the palace and the eastern dome intact. Underneath,
that's where we export. Yeah.
Yeah, and the eastern dome. Underneath that eastern dome was a solarium where Vargar met his end, right?
Episode 5, October the 23rd, 2022, the 29th of Lucrios. We entered
long time ago, over a year ago. A year ago in our time. So but don't forget too that there was strange set of black ebony doors that led into the eastern portion that were still standing, but you were actually able to crawl over the rubble beyond the doors to actually get into the intact portion of the eastern section. You notice like the desiccated corpses, like servants in those hallways.
Yeah.
And then you the only notable feature was this solarium that you finally made your way into. You also noticed too that there was a teleportation circle within
inside that eastern.
Yes. And Ted asked while you were off camera, Matt, if you appeared over that teleportation circle. That was not the case. So there appears to be no relation to you teleporting and that teleportation circle. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So do you guys have your backup characters with you?
Yeah.
Ted and Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's stick with Matt for a moment because he just kind of popped into existence down there, and you guys kind of are crawling. You're standing in front of those ebony doors with like your arms crossed, and you're just like, what the fuck? So who is Avaricios approached by?
I am playing Titus Valerius, a half elf whose father was Arcantian, and I am wearing chainmail, and I have a hand axe, and I am pointing it at this strange materializing interloper and demanding an explanation about this sort of behavior.
Cool. So you're Titus, so I assume that your human side was Arcantian.
Yeah, my Arcantian father.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. And I am playing a large, I think the Norse equivalency, the Wiskins. Right?
Yep.
Wiskins. This like large burly guy with a little bit of a beer gut, 2 long blonde braids coming down on either side of his helmet, wearing some Arcantian like lamellar armor and carrying a massive flail. Around his neck, I've got like a raven symbol in front of a tree.
Nice. We can tell you who you're the cleric of. What's his name?
Brother Lothar.
Lothar of the hill people.
Nice.
Thank you.
There's a call out for you from back in the day.
I am Lothar of the hill people.
Ted, you're Titus. I'm just changing some names on the little overlay here.
I have to say, John, that your little predicament made me just totally raid my kids like fucking Halloween candy. I'm like,
you got to stress eating.
Yeah.
Do we even have a map of that?
No, we don't. We did not map the palace.
We didn't map it because it was on the surface map thing.
I think
we never went.
Yeah, there's no.
We
map.
went down the one passageway which led to the angry plant monster, and then we left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was my concern. As long as I'm not in that room, because he very well remembers, and that's what he would be looking around like. Thought number 1, like, oh, I'm outside. Thought number 2, oh, I'm at the palace. I know this place. Right. Thought number 3 is like, where's that plant thing? And that's what he's asking. Where did you see the plant monster? Where is he? Is he still around?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So I missed, John. Are we inside the palace or right out in front of it?
You were out in front of it. You're in front of those black ebony doors that would have normally been the entrance into the eastern wing. But it's easy enough to avoid those, crawl over the rubble, than into the main passageway into the eastern portion. Right,
but Avaricius just appeared in air above us, right in front of the door.
Yep,
and fell down in front of us.
Pretty much. Yep. Just make things easy. Yep. And you are you're half elf, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Half elf 1. Sorry, I'm just changing some overlay stuff for the audience because I'm that nice kind of guy. So I basically have like a slash thing going, like Lothar / Darius, Titus / Mort. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Greetings, mortal.
Mortal is very accurate right now. I'm really feeling it. Oh. And he like gets up off the rocks and looks around.
Whence comest thou?
I think the most important thing to know is I know this place. And seriously, you haven't seen the plant monster, right? Like, he's not around here. You're running from him or something?
No, I am not in fear of plants.
You should be afraid of the ones in... he looks around, and if he recognizes those eastern doors, the ones in there, bad news, let me tell you. Forgive me. My name is Avaricios, left hand of Lysion. I'm a cleric. You can tell this, but what a couple of days I've had, huh?
So you both clerics can kind of immediately size up that you are clerics of different gods, and not only different gods, but different pantheons entirely. Right? Not that there would be.
I eyeball him a little bit, John, and then I reach down to my belt and I pull out a wineskin that's filled with hard liquor, and I pass it to him.
That's
friends for
okay.
life.
This guy I like. you. And he takes it. Okay, just a moment. This is important.
Drink is a mocker.
And he says, Odin, right? Am I reading this right? Okay.
Lysion, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Personally, I think Odin and Lysion would get along really well.
I think that they would be fast friends. And yeah, he'll take a big swig of that wine.
Okay.
And
no,
says,
that's whiskey, bro.
Oh, whiskey. Sorry. Okay. Maybe not as big, but still significant. Whew. Okay. All right.
So what do you want to do, Matt?
Yeah, you guys haven't been at this very long, have you? And he kind of looks at you, all clean.
Yeah,
we're very shiny.
There's no patches in my trousers.
Sees you have both hands.
I have both hands. Yeah.
That's probably true. Actually, with neophytes like yourself, like Avaricios, as the highest level character in the campaign so far, and the shit that like you got to take a moment and just picture what Avaricios probably looks like. Like, this guy looks like a veteran fucking adventurer. Like, this guy's hardcore, right? Dirty, mangled, hurt, scars, missing hand, loaded to bear with armor and weapons and cool magical items, like looking like a total badass, right?
Where did you guys come from? Tell me where you
Gosterwick.
Straight up Gosterwick. Have you been
stopped
up
at the inn, but their alcohol was bullshit, so we came over here.
Oh, tell me something. Did you see a little goblin there and a woman, yay tall, wearing red armor?
The goblin was stinking drunk and had a pile of gold coins in front of him. We don't know why.
So Lothar and Titus.
Yeah.
With that question, you can confirm that you did see those two people that he's referring to. However, there was something that you noticed when you went to the Broken Head. You were told when you went up the Arden Vader by the Knights of the Azure Shield that that just to be wary around the inn, because the inn had been fortified recently because of increased goblin presence, and has been fortified by what the Knights of the Azure Shield disdainfully referred to as the Wine Dark cohort, but thought that they were, piss poor mercenaries, and why would you ever trust mercenaries, right? So with that under your belt, you went to the Broken Head, and you notice something, that while your brief stay there before you ventured out into the city, that it appeared that Kronos, who seemed to be in charge of the cohort or had hired them, disbanded them while you were there, claiming that their services were no longer needed. The leader of the cohort, who was sort of like that Aragorn sort of figure at that time for that small amount of people there, looked a little bit nonplussed by it. That it was paid, that's kind of fine, but they were kind of enjoying their time there because it was easy work. And so when you left, they were still sort of there and milling about. And as you left, you saw that Codswallop went up to the leader and had a little private conversation out back, but you couldn't quite make out what it was.
Okay. All right.
You better go scour the Shire.
This was yesterday. This was yesterday, Lothar. So it was on the 2nd.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. Listen to me. I know I've been around the pyramid a few times. Let me tell you. We're going to wait here for just a bit. We're going to give it a little moment to see if any of my friends and cohorts, very powerful people, they're very good, you'll like them. If they come the same way that I did, through magical egress, let's give them a moment. And then we're going back to that Broken Head.
Okay.
I kind of look up, look a little dubiously, and then I move away from where he plummeted to the ground.
Yeah, you might want to back off because, you don't want to be under there.
So you wait a little while, but
yeah, we're gonna nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
doesn't sound good.
This doesn't sound great.
All right. So what do you guys do?
All right. Yeah. If he gives it, he's gonna give it a few turns, like see if anybody else follows where he went. When they don't, he's just gonna figure that the retainers kind of followed the other guys. He's gonna shake his head. They're pretty good, and hopefully they'll make it back. And he's going to lead his two new friends back up to the Broken Head.
But
right, so
we
you
just
guys
came to go adventuring. Why are we going back?
Trust me, my friends. You're going to want to be part of my organization, whether or not my old friends make it back there or not.
Let's see the color of your gold.
All right. Well, most of it is back in the thing, but I've got some here. No problem, pal. What's in my?
You're carrying.
What do I got here?
You've got a gold symbol of Thothibus.
I've got money, but I keep track of my money here.
Ancient brandy.
I'm gonna grab 10 gold pieces out of my back. This is just to accompany me back up to the Back up to the broken head, my friends. Come on.
You're giving me 5 gold pieces?
I'm giving you 10 gold pieces to come back with me.
Each?
Yeah, each one of you get 10.
You
score.
I mean, we're kind of going like the intro stuff that I was sort of sworn off like the last episode. So you don't need to do that, Matt, if you don't want to. I mean, we could just, everyone's tight friends and.
No, I want 10 gold pieces.
I'll give them 10. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So do you guys agree to go back to the Broken Head?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? It beats getting eaten by a plant, and he needs some help. This strange old man getting back to the inn here. He's lost and confused.
He obviously knows some stuff too, right?
Well, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about that, and I want to see if I can convert him to Odin.
Good luck.
10, 11, 12, 15, 16 times, let's see, 16 times 50 is 300 divided by 90. Okay, so it's going to be a 3-turn journey if you're going to go as the crow flies over the Bridge of Doubt towards the the broken Colossus of Arden, which is just her feet, right?
Yeah.
And then skirting the eastern side of the river, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Through the gap, that whole thing.
Yep. Straight up. We've gone that path before.
Okay. So so as you go up that path and you look to the pyramid to the east, you can see that you know how there was the standing structure of the pillars that on top of the statue of Thoth, the main entrance into the dungeon, right? Mm-hmm. You remember a long time ago, you not a long time ago, but a few days ago, I guess, you witnessed goblins up there sort of fortifying that area, right? You kind of remember that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you now see that there is a solid structure on all 4 sides of that platform that blocks any access into that platform without going through the structure first. It appears to be wooden, ramshackle, but constructed in a way that is easily defensible with arrow slits on all sides. Okay?
Yep.
In addition, you see a lone goblin who has climbed up the top of the conical platform top, right? So at the very pinnacle of the pyramid itself, at the very highest point, is just sort of squatting there, right?
A sentry?
Yeah. He has a bow that is on his back, but and from this distance, you see that he is holding some sort of strange tube to one eye, and he's just peering around through that tube. Huh. And he sweeping, and then he sees you, and it's like, he stops, and that tube is like looking right at you, right? Uh-huh. So there's a far distance, doesn't do anything, but you see him slowly kind of reach towards his bow, pulls out an arrow, puts it on the rest, and just kind of has it there as he sets his tube down. He just it's just sort of like looking at you from a clear distance, you know what I mean? But he hasn't pulled the bow.
We're not within bow range, right? We're not within bow range.
You're not within bow range, no. And he's like way high up and far away, but you can just see like he's marked you. He's onto you, right? High above, you hear a long, high-pitched reptilian screech from behind you to the southwest.
Oh shit!
And you see
how close does that guy?
So behind you, as you're kind of traveling that way, you see it's actually over the large, huge lake to the south. You see, and it's low flying. You know that scene in Force Awakens where like the X-Wings are like skirting over the water and causing like the water to sort of roil up. It's the dragon, the green dragon. It's the lowest you've ever seen, and it is at that level. It's at that like low level where its wings are sort of arched and bowed to the side, right? So like the ends of the wings are sort of dragging through the water, causing like that kind of wake on either side of it, skirting up water as its snake-like head is basically cruising either direction, looking down, and then with like a lightning quick thing, its talons, its back talons, dip down in the water and pull out like a massive fish, and it screeches up. That's the screech that you heard. It screeches up into the air with this fish in its claws and disappears to the southwest.
Okay, good. He's got dinner. He doesn't need us.
You should see if he likes turtle.
When Avaricious, if he sees the flash of the tube, he would do two things. One is he's going to hold up his distinctive right hook, right up in the air, because these guys know them. And in his other hand, he's going to hold up one of the bottles of ancient brandy that he has, and then put it back down, and then just give a friendly wave.
Okay, cool. So the once again, you can't really make out facial features because it's way far away, right? And it's also like the sun is on the other side of the pyramid, so he would actually kind of be silhouetted against the sun, right? Okay. But you do see like he sort of jerks in surprise. He quickly unknocks his bow and puts the bow across his crisscross across his shoulders, and you see him sort of scuttle forward down the shingles of that pointed roof, hang his head over as if he's speaking to someone beyond the wooden barricade below him, right? Like he's sort of hanging underneath. You can kind of hear like the a little bit of goblin from a far distance, and then he sort of drops down and enters in past the barricade and disappears within.
Oh, okay.
And you continue on, right?
Yeah. Continue on to the broken head.
Okay. So, it's I'm going to have to mark double time actually for different parties. So I'll make you a double track here. So it's going to take you 3 turns to get back to the broken head. And we're going to switch over once I give you a brief description. But your small little party makes its way back to the broken head. Lothar and Titus, you're like, yeah, this is what we said it was. You're kind of like a little bit like, yeah, not a good adventuring day. Avaricios, it looks like heaven to you, like absolute heaven. You're like, oh my God, warm beds, So it looks very similar to the shape it was in before Avaricios. That it hasn't been that long, right? Actually, in real time.
Yeah, this is like the 4th day, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. 4th. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
this is the 4th day. So
it's hustle and bustle, but it seems to be a lot less of a paranoid atmosphere than it was when you left the last time, where they were very worried about your little mischievous, the W and all that kind of stuff. Remember that you did a second one as well, where you met the 2 members of the 5 Fingers down in the Druid's retreat and blah blah, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you don't see any members of the 5 Fingers wandering around. Okay. What you do see is the 10 members of the Wyandotte cohort that were hired to guard the place are sort of packing up their gear and sort of waiting for orders. But you don't see the leader anywhere at the moment, and you don't see Codswallop. All right. Sam, however, is out there, and she's actually kind of helping the stable hands sort of just kind of take care of the in business. And she sees you, Avaricios, and she is like beaming ear to ear. She looks great. She's like really well rested. All of her wounds are healed.
I hate her. I hate her so much right now.
She's been eating 3 full meals a day cooked by Estelle and Kronos. And, so she's like filled out from her time from being in prison and in Plunger Town. Right. So this is actually like you notice like there's a marked difference that like all it took was a couple of days, but just having more flesh on her bones and good rest has markedly increased like actually her natural beauty. Like it's the first time you've actually noticed that, oh, she's actually an attractive woman. And she's also like out of her red scale armor. Right. So she's just sort of wearing like stable hand sort of clothes. And she has her her red hair just sort of pulled back in like a loose braid. And she just looks like happy. Just kind of happy, kind of not having to risk life and limb. But she runs up to you and gives you a huge hug, and she's like, "It's so good to see you, Father."
Oh, it is good to see you as well. We're gone a little bit longer than I thought. The other guys, they'll be here anytime now, I'm sure. I'm positive of this.
Are they behind you, or did you leave them back there? It's dangerous out there in the city.
Well, there, how, teleportation can happen. There is a little bit of separation, just a touch.
But what aren't you telling me, Frater? I can tell things did not go well down there.
Oh, I will fill you in on everything. But yeah, I don't know exactly where they are. But I am a man of faith.
Well, I'm still under the employ. I assume I'm going to be getting paid, But I was under the employ of Onweir, and I assume he's fine, healthy, and...
Well, the good news is, technically you were hired by the AV Club and our organization.
True.
There is some sad news in that we did have some turnover. Yes.
Carter, you're a horrible liar. She looks sad as she's like, he didn't make it, did he?
He did not. I was trying to soften the blow, but no, it was a horrible accident. With actually, we came across some of the things that we've seen before. I think you remember.
Yeah, she kind of looks. She looks like shoots an eye over to Lothar and Titus, and she just kind of puts a finger aside her nose. She's like, "It's unfortunate. It's a great sadness. That was a man destined for greatness. We shall not see his like again."
Yes, he rests in a hall of worthies. He would go on to explain that. Sadly, Gorand was lost as well, and without getting into too much detail, I'll fill you in later, but I see that you have. Been worthy in your guard duties. I appreciate this. I trust there were no issues.
There are no issues. She kind of looks and she kind of grabs you gently from underneath the elbow and sort of guides you a little bit away from Lothar and Titus a little bit. Mm-hmm. She's like, everything's fine, but I do have a little bit of news to report that you're probably going to want to be aware of. But you're hurt, Frater. Let's get you inside. We'll get you a meal and we'll discuss over a meal.
All right. Yep. Well, quite frankly, I'm just happy to be here and to know that you're safe. Our stuff is still safe. But yes, let's rest, heal up, and figure out what to do next, huh?
Okay. So she leads you into the inn proper, and we'll cut there for those folks, and we'll head back to the other party.
The action.
the doomed group.
No, the action group. Special patrol group.
You're like shopping and having cocktails.
Yeah, geez, man.
What should I have for dinner? I don't know. Is it going to be
a land war in the dungeon?
All right, let me just change. We got Matt. We have Njal / Avaricios. Okay.
So Njal's with us now.
And Njal's with you now, yeah.
Yeah, Njal came with you.
Let me just give a quick little overlay attention here before I move over to you guys. So you're a cleric. No, you're a fighter 5.
Fighter level 5, yes.
/ cleric 6.
Good. At least we can work for him.
He's like, oh shit, I picked the wrong team.
Yeah. Nice. So for those out there, you can finally see how Njal is officially spelled. Right underneath Matt's head there, it's Njal. No one has ever gotten that right, I don't think, but there it is. Okay, moving back to the action group, down in the dungeons. You have a very kind of complicated, very large room. This vies for the largest room that you've been in, the largest chamber. As far as ceiling height goes, it's number 1. Right, you have never seen anything where you have not been able to guess how high the ceiling actually goes. Don't forget that there's 25 feet up. There was the remnants of painted frescoes, mostly Thothian in nature. Thothian in nature, and then above that, there does not appear to be anything.
Does Njal have a bow on him?
Njal does not have a bow. He has a couple of javelins.
Right.
He's got a net.
Yeah. And Darius, you gave your bow to
Yost.
Curses. Okay. Because I was thinking we could, do a torch arrow and just shoot it straight up and get some information, perhaps. Perhaps it would illuminate the 50 spiders hanging on the ceiling. I don't know, but we don't have a bow. Okay.
I mean, we can throw an arrow. I mean, it's not going to go as far as shot from a bow, but you could throw.
You don't have an arrow because they're with the bow.
There are arrows all around. They're all on the ground.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
why don't you just throw your holy sim? Oh, you're damn it.
Okay, so as you guys are sort of assessing the room, and you spent approximately 2 turns here assessing.
Yeah.
You hear it's quiet, right? But then after about 2 turns, as it moving slowly to the south, you hear a little like grinding stone, just like, and it's not like constant, it's just like a, and you hear it approximately 40 feet up into the darkness along the western wall.
Western wall, 40 feet up.
Okay.
Sort of like directly to, I guess it would be your right if you're moving southwards.
What do I?
How is it locationally relationship to those 2 stone doors on the western wall?
Once again,
above
it's hard to pinpoint, right? You just kind of hear the sound briefly, but I would say, can you see my pointer?
Uh-huh.
Generally around this area.
Okay.
Okay.
And John, we're still kind of where that yellow dot is.
No, you're actually further. You were further south in order to explore. So I would say you're probably sort of between the. Yeah.
Okay.
We're using fallen columns for cover.
Yeah, we're using fallen columns for cover. John, my torch has 4 turns on it. Then I want to run over to this column here, stick it upright in some rubble, and then run back over into the shadows, back where the AV marker thing is.
Before you do that, is there a wall sconce with a torch in it close by? You could light that.
Yes, there are. So there are numerous sconces that line the walls at regular intervals. That strangely, unlike other sconces that you've seen in other rooms, there are torches in them.
Right, but not lit.
Not lit.
So I'm saying, if you want, Mike, you could go light one. Yeah. Although that might trigger something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's kind of my worry, and also the whole point is to have light without being standing next to the light. So
also just a point that we should be aware of now with this situation. What is our light source situation? I mean, Ted, you have infravision. You have a torch. Njal does not have any light sources.
Well, this room's full of torches. We can take them.
We can load them up. We can load up.
What do you have, Mike? What does Darius have?
I have 5.5 torches left.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Mike. What were you planning on doing before?
So, John, I want to have light. If I throw a torch, does it go out?
If you throw it, I would make a roll.
I mean, it shouldn't. It's burning pitch.
Yeah.
If I'm not throwing it into water, you know what I'm saying?
I would say there's a 1 in 6 chance that it goes out.
All right. So where I am now, John, I want to throw the torch. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
I throw my torch into that square there so that I can see
that far. Yeah, it won't go out. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Where did you say we heard the sound coming from here? Right?
No, generally this western area right here.
Okay. So I want to throw the torch into this square then.
Okay.
So if I'm looking up where I thought I heard the sound, am I seeing anything up there that would ping on infravision, like, a bunch of goblins looking out of a secret hatch they just opened, or,
I actually need to check. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Good question.
Every second you take thinking about it is a second Mort is still alive.
Okay, that's actually surprising. 60 foot. Okay. Yes, and I apologize. I should have told you this beforehand, although I don't think that you're in any more danger than you would have been if it didn't ping. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. I just for a reason that you may find out soon, I thought that it may not ping. But yes. So you notice that there are relatively around the same level, scattered at equal intervals around the entire room, I should say there's 3 on the western wall, equally spaced. 3 on the eastern wall, equally spaced. 40 feet up, there are 6 pings of infravision. Okay.
Like, I mean,
they're
imagining, sort of predator vision. Do I see just a blob, or do I see like a figure?
You see a figure that is probably hidden by something up on the wall, a little bit recessed into the wall, and it appears to be hunched and smaller, at least in its hunched form, smaller than an erect human.
Okay.
So they all seem to be in the same pose, and they are recessed into the wall a little bit and appear to be around their base, like wherever ledge they're sitting on or something like that appears to be obscuring their full form a little bit.
Yeah, they're behind cover,
Arcade or something. Yeah, they're in windows. Like if this were a big audience chamber of some kind, a gallery 40 feet up would make sense. So,
but interestingly enough, you've been here for roughly 20 minutes, and there was no sound, no movement, and for those 20 minutes, Ted, you would have been aware of them, right?
Right. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you,
hard would it be to climb? How hard would it be to climb up there, John?
For Darius, it's like a nothing burger for Darius. You can scamper up there, no fucking problem.
All right,
I'll catch you if you fall.
Well, it is a sheer surface, I would say. So I would make you roll. It would be something that Morton Avaricio. I'm sorry, who am I dealing with here? Morton Y'all.
Come on, John. Keep it straight, huh?
Sorry, Morton Y'all would definitely have to have help, with tools or something like that. But Darius, you could do the climb sheer surfaces.
Okay, I'm going. And all of those things are occupied. They all have a light source in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, no, a light source?
They're not a light source. Sorry, a heat source.
Heat source, yes.
Okay. I'm going to use my second activation of Laryl's cloak.
Okay.
I'm going to tie a rope around my waist, and I'm going to climb up. Did you say they're over here? Sorry.
They're equally spaced on the eastern and western walls, 3 each.
Okay, guys, you have a preference? Which one?
Just to go right here.
Yeah, the one that's closest to us, sure.
John, I'm going to try and climb sheer surfaces and try and get up there.
Okay, let's roll it. 3, no problem at all. This is your specialty as an assassin, Darius. As you guys are sort of first time you've actually seen Darius do something totally fucking badass, as he just sort of finds niches in the walls that you didn't even see were there and scampers up like a professional rock climber. And
you play hacky sack too, don't you?
Yeah. With eyeballs.
Oh, metal.
Okay. One moment.
And I am invisible, John.
You are.
It takes real skill to hacky sack an eyeball without popping it, I would say.
Gotta be gentle.
Well, on a sheer surface.
All right.
Just showing off now.
Yeah. Okay. So you are scampering up the wall. It's difficult you're invisible, but it's almost impossible. You're silent. Right. But you are invisible. So you move up. You can hear shifting stone above you. More. You guys can also hear it down below you coming from where Darius is kind of climbing up. And Darius, but you're not carrying a torch, right? You're just totally visible.
I'm just invisible, man. I assume I need 2 hands to climb.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so after 30 feet, you move out of the radius of any torch of the torchlight, right? And now you're in complete Now you're in complete darkness. Okay, you move. Do you continue into darkness? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay, you move 10 feet further up, and you feel your fingers hit like a small ledge. And let me just check to see what the nature of that is real quick.
Claymores.
Nothing. It's just like a stone. So the wall appeared sheer, right? You moved past the Arcontian plasterwork and all that kind of stuff up into bare stone, and then you finally kind of feel like a little lip, right? For both of your hands to kind of rest on, right? And you pry yourself up, trying to see in the darkness, but you can't really. And you hear shifting stone like right next to you, right? And then right in your face, you see a stone face that the stone actually animates and pulls back into a vicious rictus of a baboon's jaws as it pulls back, but it's made out of stone. And you can see that in the dark, I'm just saying that because it's right in your face, you can kind of see a little bit that there are stone wings that sort of spread out. They're relatively small from its back, sort of like a winged monkey from Wizard of Oz, right? And then it just is like right in your face, and it goes, and it screeches at you, right? Just like a black pit in the middle of its stone mouth, and then a stone claw is going to whip down upon you. Now you were aware of the noise and that there was, pinging infravision happening there from Mort. So I'm not going to say that you're surprised. So why don't we roll for initiative? You were actually.
I'm a little surprised.
You are actually in melee.
Gargoyle.
You are in melee, so I do need you to declare melee movement first, but do realize that you are kind of hanging from a lip. So
I'm going to try and climb away from it, John. So I'm going to try and climb down and over so that whatever platform it's on, I am like out of its sight. Right?
Gotcha. Okay. So you are going to be doing a.
Actually, it can see him. He's invisible.
Oh yeah, Ted, that's a good point. I totally forgot. But he was noisy.
You said,
sure
it sounded like he could hear something. But...
Yeah. Okay. So retcon. That's a good point. Sorry. So I think what it would be is that it definitely hears something nearby, and so you can hear the stone thing kind of move forward, like crawl forward, right? And we'll make this interesting. We'll say that because your hands are on the lip and your head has been basically just pried over, you feel a stone claw actually rest gently upon your hand and weigh it down, right? And then you kind of see that simian face, that stone face, sort of peer over the edge, right? And it literally like the bottom of its chin is right at the top of your head that's peering over. Can you kind of picture it? Yeah, right. And it's just sort of like, and it's not making any sound because it's made out of stone, right? So it's just sort of, it's not like breathing or anything like that, but just sort of peering around and down. It doesn't seem to notice that its claw has trapped your hand like right on the edge.
Is it humanoid?
It looks like a winged baboon made out of stone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does it look like something I could assassinate?
You unfortunately not, and not only that, even if it was, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt with the almost complete darkness that you are in right now. So you really have no targeting ability. Really, the only thing I could say that you could safely target would be directly underneath its chin, and you could use your free hand to attack the hand that is resting atop your other hand.
So, guys, the smart play is for me to just be real quiet, sit there, wait for it to move its hand, and then crawl back down. Mm-hmm. However, the onward play would be to take my short sword and jam it up through its like jawbone.
I mean, he's leaning on your hand, so you could probably let go at the other one and just hang there, and then stab it.
You do have a free hand.
I do, but you know what? I'm not David. I can't do it.
It's a good way to find out what your new sword does.
You anticipate, Mike, that Darius could probably wrench his hand free, would definitely make the thing aware of Darius, and you would probably take a smattering of very small damage just because it would hurt. You know what I mean?
Sure, John. I'm going to freeze in place. Right.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to just be stealthy and not move, and see if it fucks off and goes back to its spot.
Okay, moving back down to the guys on the ground. Mort, you see this whole thing kind of take place, right? Because you're seeing two heat sources basically, up there. Do you want to do anything in response? Because now Darius is frozen,
right?
Nothing happens for a second. Do you want to do anything, Dunn?
Just for clarity too, though, invisibility hides from infravision too.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't know where you are.
Well, you got.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I can't see Darius.
We knew the plan.
I see whatever it is up there move slightly closer to me.
Mm-hmm. Would we see the rope trailing down from his waist? Because he tied a rope around his waist first.
Yes, you would. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You
so I kind
also
of know where he is.
And y'all, you can also hear that. You can hear the crumbling of stone up high all around the cavern.
Right. That was my next question. So if I look around, do I see the other heat sources kind of shifting and moving?
Yes. And not only that, but you can see the heat sources start to grow in size as it appears that all of them in unison are spreading their wings and approaching the edge of the niches that they are in.
Okay. So, goodbye, Darius. And we're going to move.
That's fucked, man.
You want to go west or you want to go east?
Well, there's those barricades to the east. Is there one in here, John?
Is there? Yes, there is actually. So, yeah.
All right. So I think actually move into there and kind of back up to the wall and get away from that torch. Oh, wait. Actually, where's the torch? Right here?
Yeah.
I threw it right into
you threw it. You threw it.
You should move this way then, Matt, and get out of the torchlight.
Well, I need a way to see. I can't fight if I can't see.
You can see. You can see a torch. It's right over there. The light doesn't just magically stop at 30 feet.
Yeah, you can see the light source. You can see the light source.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just back up against the wall, right? We're out of the torchlight. And whatever's up at those ledges up there maybe won't see us down here because we're not standing in the torchlight.
Okay. Is there, John, you mentioned that the barricades went up about 7 feet and then there was 3 feet.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
We might need to just climb over.
Okay. Now, as you guys put yourselves out of the torchlight but against the wall, Darius is hanging, waiting to see if that gargoyle retreats. The other ones are sort of I just gave it away. Sorry. But you probably guessed.
We know what gargoyles are, John.
Yeah. Sorry. And the other ones seem to be kind of approaching the edges of their niches as one. You hear additional noise now. Both Njal and Mort, to either side of them, behind them, down those passageways, you can hear distinct gruff voices speaking in a sort of a pigeon Arcantian, right? Like a really kind of low-based Arcantian, which is very difficult to make out, and it's quiet and it's whispered. All right, and you hear multiple of them on either side of those on either one of those barricades behind them, and then far in the distance to the east, you hear a doom, 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 and you hear these kettle drums from somewhere deep in the dark start to beat out a bass rhythm that kind of shivers your timbers.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm trying to think Mort, you were sneaking around. You've heard beastmen talk before.
Actually, yeah.
Yes, it sounds indeed like beastmen.
All right.
Some of them have a definite porcine voicing. Some of them have a canine voicing as well. And some of them have this squealing high pitched of rats. All speaking
don't make
the same.
that sound anymore, Ted. That reminds me of that canoe trip we took.
All
seem to be speaking the same pigeon Arcantian. You also
if
hear
a beast man comes up to me and tells me I look mighty pretty in them panties. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I knew Mort wore panties. I knew it. I had this inkling. There's you also hear it's off in the distance. It's not right nearby, but you can hear the sound of blades leaving scabbards.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Then everything kind of gets quiet, and all you hear is just that continuous, incessant beating of the kettle drums far off to the east. Do you have about like a combat round's worth of time before something else happens? What do you want to do?
I wouldn't stay there.
Yeah. I think if we're hearing all of that activity to the east, you said?
Yep.
On
either side.
Yeah. And we could get to the double doors without entering the torchlight. Matt,
sneak around. Did we ever see what's in that one hallway that's open to the west?
No,
it's not open. Well, we didn't look in it, but I think John suggests there's a barricade in there because I started to go that way and then I didn't.
I haven't mentioned anything. I just said the passageway existed.
We can the torch with the torchlight where it is. We can probably see from where we are. No.
Yes, you could. You can. Yeah, with your angle from where you are, I'll say that you can see another 10-foot worth of passageway going to the west, but you can't quite see if it continues on or not.
Okay, so not barricaded.
Not barricaded. That's correct.
Okay. Wish I knew why Miro did this weird line jumping thing.
So you have like 6 seconds. But I'm including Mike in this as well. So Darius, you're kind of hanging there. You have like 6 seconds to do something before I say that something happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, John, it really depends on whether or not that thing moves its hand so that I can start climbing down.
It is not. No, but like I said, you can remove your hand, but it will make it aware of your presence. You won't be visible, but it'll know you're there.
I'd rather hold on for another turn.
I think we should run, Matt. I think we should run west.
Run west. Through the doors or through the one in the south?
The corridor.
All right.
Straight across. I'll see them running through the torchlight, right? So I'll know which way they went.
Correct. Okay. So you guys are going to bolt towards the west, yeah?
Yeah. And then I'm thinking if we get into that corridor and obviously, well, not obviously, but we believe Darius would have seen us, but also some of the things up in the niches might have seen us. Based on where they're located, is there one basically looking right down this hallway?
Is there what looking down the hallway?
One of the niches.
One, like over there.
I'm sorry, but
there. Okay, you said there are 3 niches up 40 feet up.
Yeah,
on each side, right?
Yeah.
So. And they're equidistant. Is one of them positioned to look right down this hallway?
It's not indicate like there's no significance if that's what you're wondering. But yes, there's one that generally around there. Yes.
Well, what I mean is, like,
it'll see
the walls, right?
Yeah.
And we're here, and it's here, looking right down the hallway. We need to move far enough in that it can't see us.
Right.
Is what I'm getting at.
I get you. Yeah. I understand the motive, and this may affect you immediately because as you're like, let's make for the western corridor. Go. Right. And you kind of get into the middle of the corridor, in the middle of the room. And at that point, you're able to see with the torchlight down the remainder of the corridor. And you can see, unfortunately, right at the end of where you've drawn, there is a door on the western wall.
All right. That's great news. That's not unfortunate. That's great. Doors lead places that are not here.
Yeah, very true.
That's the definition of door. I'm happy
so you guys are in the process of moving that direction. Before you decide if you want to continue towards that door or move somewhere else, Darius is hanging there. All 6 of the gargoyles, 40 feet up along the room, including the one that is on top of Darius's hand, loft themselves into the air, freeing Darius, and basically circle and screaming in the middle of the chamber. And they are basically pinpointing the 2 of you in the middle. As they start screeching in the middle of the chamber, the bells of the horns up on the northwestern part, like within like a couple seconds of the gargoyle screeching, they start to blare out like a rah, rah, and then the drums to the east pick up the rhythm like as if they're like on a Viking, or not a Viking ship, but like a whatever you
So
call
like
it.
a galley.
A galley, yeah. So it's like instead of like a doom, it's like a doom, 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 doom. You start to hear beastmen calls coming from the east that are loud, and it appears to be like it sounds like officers barking orders.
Literally.
Yeah, true.
Beastman.
Okay, so let's wrap it up here. I would like to know though where all three of you are actually planning to go.
Can we get to the door? Like we got halfway in the room, the beastman took to the air, or the gargoyles took to the air. Did we keep going? Did we get to the door?
It's up to you. That's what I want to know. Like you were in the process of movement when they lost themselves up, so it's like you can still go. They have not attacked yet, but they sure appear like they're about to.
I think we go down. We try to make it down to that door. See if we can open it.
I think we've got to.
Okay, Darius, what are you going to do?
As soon as it lets go of my hand, I'm going to start climbing down.
Okay, are you going to climb down, or do you want to like increase speed by kind of dropping and maybe taking damage?
No, John, I can't. I have no margin for error here.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand. I just checking. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to carefully try to get your way back down, and I assume follow your companions then, right? If possible.
Yes, keeping the invisibility. Like it's going to be very important that I have those 3 turns. How long does it take me to climb up and climb down? Like a round? Because you do 100 feet in a round, don't you? Or is that 100 feet in a turn?
No, it can't be 100 feet in a round. That's like way too fast.
Yeah, the combat speeds are different.
But you're 40 feet up, and you're really good at it. So I would say that it will take you a round to get down, like a combat round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's a good setup, right? So we're probably going to have to roll initiative right when we start, unless we decide to start with the other group, which maybe we will. Yeah,
we're chill at the end.
You have wakened the sleeping beast men. So well,
who knows? They could be nice. They could, maybe they're very nice. Dogs are very, very loyal.
Yep. Who knows?
Well, we know they don't like goblins because they speared that one goblin on the. Well, let's talk about that in the detox.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll leave it there. So I hope everyone has enjoyed this special extended episode of the Halls of Arden Vul on 3D6 Down the Line. This was our special episode 50 celebration, and wow. What an episode. Crazy things have happened that I did not foresee. Go figure, just like any other episode. So we'll leave it there. You've been watching 3D6 Down the Line. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and pass along the word to your friends. And don't forget that we've got that public Discord server out there. I've added a whole new play-by-post section so you can get your own games going on there. And we have lots of really fun discussions with a lot of great people and with us. So please feel free to join. The description will be down below in the description and the show notes. And until next time, everybody, we will see you then. Bye now.
See you. Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.